doing things my way. I just wanna know there's a brighter day. Nothing's ever the same, it's all the other way. I can't do it, Lord, I need you. My own. I can't do it, Lord, I need you. My own. I can't do it, Lord, I need my own. I can't do it, Lord, I need my own. I can't do it, Lord, I need my own. I can't do it, Lord, I need my own. I can't do it, Lord, I need my own. I can't do it, Lord, I need my own.
I can imagine living without you, holding this book, thinking about you. So much on how to, I'm better than this. Look in the back, I'm ducking the past, demons are back. I'm holding it back, there's no going back. I'm gripping it hard, I'm looking at thee. We focus on living, spiritual healing, I wanna feel it. She with the vision, we washing our garments, soon to be busy. We want deliverance, last call, the sky is splitting. Watch it repenting. I want a life without no ceilings. I want a block that do not fear me. I want a bump so that they hear me come. Riding around that New Jerusalem. Ride with me, ride out. Ride with me. That's right, that's right. Ride with me. Ride around we go. Ride around now, ride around we go.
Yeah, heart racing, I've been waiting. Running to the Lord, I'm coming home cause he been patient. I've been hella faithful to Satan. Mind changing, I'm just trying to get it right before he replace me. You know sin is contagious, yeah. I'm looking forward, but mentally stubborn and morally. My mind telling me the world glitter and it's more to see. I'm running from myself, going double time mentally. Sometimes I shock myself, I ain't know that thing exists in me. How to me against the enemy. Wartime and I ain't looking for a friend in me, yeah. Lord, shine some rays on me, I ain't a gangster, but sometimes I gotta tap into that energy. World shakers, no Creflo, but world changes. Still aging, pray when he find me, I'm found faithful. World shakers, no Creflo, but world changes. Still aging, pray when he find me, I'm found faithful.
I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. Yeah, man. Ever since I found out the truth about my nationality, I've been going hard on the daily, spiritually. All these curses put on the nation slowly. I can't relate to every one of the activity. Round and around we go. Same old thing, still ain't had enough. Round and around we go again. And they say that I'm crazy, the way that I'm pacing, but I put my faith in Most High. I know who I am now, I know that I'm chosen, and I don't plan on going. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time.
Yeah, seen him 10,000 times. I'm in overdrive. The workload don't move slow. My hat's off to true folks. I salute those that follow the Jew code. No days off, bringing the light to the people like Akon. Our faith strong like King Kong. We'll move in a moment. And it's 0 to 100 from night to the morning till we get it how we want it. Yeah.
Round and around we go. Same old thing, still ain't had enough. Round and around we go again.
Learned the truth and took off like a rocket. Got me going double time like I'm rocking 2 watches. It feels good to be a prophet surrounded by prophets. And I refuse to be that dog that returned to his vomit. Father, I'm working to come back to you. Studying the word in the scripts like I'm a character. Keeping these commandments and that's building up my character. Driving out these demons now, no more dodging them challenges. I done away with all those spirits I was entertaining. Hoping and praying that you listen to my supplication. Constantly changing to the God that you created. Ain't feeling suicidal, but I'm trying to die daily. Cause I know the mission, and I know what's waiting in the ending. The kingdom's coming, we getting closer, I can feel it. Gotta stay diligent, I'm steady playing my position. Lord knows that I don't wanna miss it. So I've been going
double, double, yeah. I've been going double time.
Tell me where the love goes. Where the love? Tell me where the love goes. Tell me what it is, what it is, what it was though. You looking puzzled. I asked, tell me where the love goes. This is the message, keeping it separate, cutting them all off. You can get separate. Tell me now, where did the love go? Where did the love go?
Cutting them off, they dead twice. Something I never get like his headlights. Is you frontin' like headlights like these niggas? They read scriptures, then they pass them off like flea flickers. At minimum, keep it 3 digits. It broke my heart seeing Serena spin her father face. The race you date gave him nothing but hate, but somehow you found a mate where it's not the case.
It's that time again.
Hour plus.
Ya la hora. You know, power hour. Ponle atención, classes in session. Tune in for an hour, maybe more, that's a blessing. Learn from the captains and the leadership. Bleed from religion, cause them churches never teaching shit. Everything you learn for your benefit. Line upon line is a requisite. Never take a deficit, yeah. That mean you take a loss if you stray from the way. You get the understanding if you study every day. Apply what you learn and bless when you pray. There's one interpretation, man, it's saying what it's saying. Ya viene el tiempo, entra para el templo. Aprende del maestro con talento. La Biblia es el centro, usando a Israel como instrumento. No te pierdas en doctrina como viento. Estudia y ora y aplica. Tiempo para Dios, ven, hace una cita. Escritura dinamita, morenos y hispanos israelita. Oye cómo explica Israel unido en Cristo para la vida, nunca se divida. Tune in, it's the power hour. Learn your family history, don't be a coward. Yeah. Tune in, it's the power hour. I said learn your family history, don't be a coward.
Yeah, history to learn. It's the power hour. The 11th hour. Tune in to your history. You know it ain't no mystery. Power hour. The 11th hour. You gon' learn your history. The 11th hour.
With the deacon while you waiting on the weekend. From the tribe of Ethan with the home Puerto Rican. That's a byword, those ain't names, it's God-given. Fighting from oppression to saving all God's chilling, giving light to the people. Don't let the devil beat you. When you have at your disposal all these leaders that can teach you how to fight fornication, eat in moderation, correcting all these marriages and self-examination. All these different topics getting covered plus a lot more. You probably sleeping if you thinking this is not war. All these different topics getting covered plus a lot more. Just tune in and we gon' tell you what to watch for. Yeah, the power hour. You know, it's the power hour. Yeah, the power hour. Yeah.
I would like to be known as he and they, and my name is Elliot now. And articles and media support and people rallying to it. And one of us wakes up one day and say, I would like to be known as Joshua and not Ricardo anymore. Not that Ricardo was my name. I would like to be known as Joshua. And I am an Israelite. And you should refer to me as an Israelite and not a Puerto Rican. And we're anti-Semitic. And we're a hate group. You know what it is? I'm actually very upset that it says multi-streaming with Restream.io. Wait, did he stop the broadcast? Did you stop the broadcast to fix it now?
I tried to fix the thing. Let me it's gonna have to be
He just dropped off
multi-streaming.
all our viewers.
Out of all the things, they chose this.
Lynch is like a modern version of that. As a matter of fact, that's what he says in the Willie Lynch letter. He goes, if you apply these principles, it'll be like you're setting off a spinning wheel or something to that effect.
Unless some strange phenomena come in.
Yeah, unless some strange
It'll
phenomena.
go on for hundreds of years.
Yeah, he said it'll go on for hundreds of years unless some strange phenomena occur, right? And he knew what he was talking about. They were talking to all those, upper echelon, saying that strange phenomena is unless they can go back to learning how to read, right? Because reading was taken away from us in captivity, right? The Bible was read to us the way they wanted it to, taught to us the way they wanted it to. I know she got the drawn on eyebrows, and
The
stuff
whole
like
face.
that. That's why. But again, you know what? Listen to the words, right? In the context of what we're talking about, because remember, none of these people are repenting. Okay.
That's true.
But it doesn't mean that what they have to say is invalid, all right? You can glean things from what's being said, all right? Yes, you do have the painted eyebrow. I tell you my painted eyebrow story?
No, sir.
No.
I think I've said it before on the show. I was dating a girl one time, and I remember we went to the Palisades Mall in West Nyack, New York, right? And we went up. Man, she was real pretty, fine, whatever, right? But I guess I never really noticed, that she would draw her eyebrows on.
Right.
Like, I don't know how I just didn't pay attention to it. Maybe I was looking at her anatomy instead. I don't know. It's a nice way to say it, right? I was checking it out. And I remember we went, and I was looking at something, man, outside the store. And she come over to, give me a hug from behind, right? Like, she came to grab me. Mm-hmm. And, I moved because, I really wasn't, expecting anybody to grab me. She had, walked away I think she went to the bathroom, and she came back, and she, hugged me. And I had moved real quick, I kind of did one of these or whatever, and I turned around and it was her, and I was like, oh, so what is it? Oh, I gave her the hug, right? And then as I pulled back, I noticed she was missing an eyebrow.
Oh snap!
Emotional. There was a mirror, right there, and she happened to look in the mirror. She said, "Oh, you wiped my eyebrow off." And she ran back to the bathroom to draw the eyebrow back on, and I stood there and I was like, I'm still gonna take her home tonight.
You damn.
Hell no.
She said, I'll be right back.
Oh man, let me tell you, she came home. I remember she had these side zip boots. I'm gonna stop my story at a point, but I'm just gonna tell you the lost state that we were in one time. Bring that out. Yeah, it was Chavez. That's right, it was Hugo Chavez. Damn, man.
Hey, shout out to Valiente. He's watching us from Peru.
Oh,
Right.
Jacob. Yes, that's another thing. And we went over this when we spoke about Cuba. Venezuela has been a big brother to all the Caribbean nations. They do a lot of stuff with Cuba still to this day. They share resources. Remember, we went over how the Cuban doctors are some of the best in the world.
Right.
And Venezuela also has very good doctors. It's just because of this embargo and this stuff. This is all stuff we've covered on the show. Maybe when it wasn't as popular, so people don't remember or whatever it was. But we've gone over a lot of stuff on the Power Hour. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we missed. Some of the stuff we gotta maybe look to run back.
Yep.
I know you sent me the evolution class. I thought I want to review that and run that back a little bit. What they call evolution you find in the Bible, but it's not really evolution that we came from monkeys.
Right.
Agents
Right,
of civilization or socialization.
But yeah. There is an issue. There is an attachment to alcohol that is not just chemical. There is a chemical dependency that happens, but us understanding about healing the wounded soul, it still boils down to a wounded soul. And why we have the patterns of behavior that we have with alcohol largely stem from the same reasons that we may have other issues when it comes to the different appetites that we have for the things that we consume. And that can run the gamut from pornography, right?
And who knows? I'll see how I'm feeling. I've been talking about doing something on porn for a long time. I stepped back from that a little because Deacon Malachi did a very good one recently on pornography a few months back. But I also have like a different track that I wanted to go on there. You know, some overlap because you're dealing with the scriptures, obviously, and it's spiritual. But even the porn addiction. And here's the thing. Alcohol, it is a drug in the sense that it's an intoxicating agent. It alters mental state and inhibitions, and we're going to talk about that. It is one of the most acceptable forms of drug use.
It's that time again. Yeah. La hora. You know, power hour.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the Power Hour Plus.
Yes.
Yeah, we back. We in the building. Look, I'm trying to get used to this new setup, all right? We wanted to start with a little montage, and that's not even the complete montage, all right? The complete montage. We lost some archival footage. Right. We lost some archival footage. I was hoping we would have had some more pictures to show that we could have stopped on and show. I don't know if we have that. Maybe I wasn't clear in my instructions. Right. I like how you had the clip in there, how I was getting on IT. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yes, sir. That was good.
But we have a whole new layout for you, all right? First of all, I'm Deacon Joshua.
I'm Officer Asher.
Uh-huh.
I am Officer Job.
Uh-huh.
Officer Tobias.
Officer Shia.
Officer Benson.
Wait,
and we are.
Where did I come from?
I thought we were doing it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I heard his voice. And
I
see.
I
see.
The sync is off.
2 new seats.
I feel like I'm real
Bro,
close to the camera.
I got a monitor here. I got a monitor here. I know. I do feel
There's
like
too many.
because like from here it looked like I was far, but now all you see is my head over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was saying was I think it was pretty funny that we was getting on IT because we had some technical difficulties and why we started the show late today.
To this day.
To this day.
To
this day. We still messing with this stuff. Hey, can we get a wide shot? Let's show them the new studio setup.
Yeah, put up the wide shot.
Hey,
Put up
Show them the wide shot.
Fire.
Show them the
Come
wide
on.
shot. Okay.
Bro, that logo look fire though.
All right. They got to see the full logo. They got to see the.
Come on.
All right. I'm waiting to monitor it here. My laptop's in a different position. Right, we got new stuff, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna
man.
take a
Oh,
little.
damn. My chair is
man,
blocking.
the chair is blocking.
Yeah, let me move
We might
my
have
big head.
We might have to mount that.
You might have to go higher
Yeah.
and then come down. Right.
That's
All
what we
right.
have to do.
Take
Where's that
notes.
camera at?
Take
Back here
notes.
somewhere.
Like
One right here,
I
one
see.
over there.
Right there, right here.
Take
probably
notes.
Go to the other one.
Get the other shot. Get the other shot.
That's not the good shot. That's not the good shot. The right side is the good side.
Right. There's a delay when we're on YouTube, so I'm trying to see it. So it takes a little while.
The right side is the good side.
Right.
But as y'all can see, we got a whole new logo. You see the walls is painted gray.
Same logo.
Right. Hey,
But
I'm talking about-
and I don't know if you noticed, Asher is legitimately shorter than me, but his chair's higher.
Legitimately, huh?
His chair's higher. Legitimately, we've checked it.
How was
We've
my
checked
chair always higher than yours? Not now. You're gonna think I'm doing this
By
deliberately.
purpose?
I'm not
On purpose.
I just
you
sat
like
here.
you
But
like
by
to sit
purpose?
with your feet dangling.
I just.
I like to feel my feet touching the floor. All right, I like to feel my feet touching the floor. Hey, we gotta make some notes. All right, first of all, I feel like all they see is head. We gotta come back. All you got is 2 floating heads.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's work on the camera shot. All right.
Yes, sir.
Look, even my wife's saying I look shorter than you, Asher. That's not the case.
That is not the case.
I was thinking the same thing, but I wasn't gonna say.
I was
it.
gonna say you can bring your.
Hey,
your
was that shot better? Did they get a better look?
I
on
don't
this
know,
shot?
Officer
Hey.
Michael. Did we show?
Did we
Did y'all show
that
it?
shot?
Let me get a thumbs up. Can't see.
No.
No.
Put it up then.
Yeah,
Come
show the
on,
other
man.
shot. What are you guys doing?
Come
Oh,
on now,
gosh,
dog.
he's having.
Bro, they're caught up on the decal in the back.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. I'm caught up on it.
Yeah, that decal is nice.
Well,
Bruh.
I only see part of it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the camera's real close. Don't worry, we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it.
Oh, there we go. That's the other shot. There's the other shot. Okay, so they could see the full breadth of the setup. All right. Okay, and I don't know. I wanted to be able to show these guys' faces in the booth when they messed up.
Come and
Right.
Wait, would that be on Toby's shot?
So what
Does
you're
it
saying
show on
is we
Toby's
gotta
shot?
like take that camera and like just face it toward them.
Maybe
Then just-
that one.
Yeah.
Maybe that one.
That'd be great.
And then this one we could maybe do from like the corner there, right?
Yeah, we want to see expressions
And we can-
when y'all jacked up.
Right, and we could get that done that
Sweat.
way.
All that.
Right. Okay, all right. Oh, they said my mic is super low. We working on it, fam. It's the new setup. It's the new layout. All right. You see me. You might see me turning to the side a bunch. I'm trying to figure out how to
maneuver.
Right.
Find the sweet
They
spot.
said Officer Asher got a high chair.
He does, bro. His chair. Look.
Listen, I didn't set the shot. I'm trying to go lower. Look,
Everybody knows.
None's happening.
Hey,
None's happening.
everybody knows. Everybody knows. Hey, so we gotta work on the zoom on the camera, right? So we know that. Anyway, listen, I've been away for a little bit. We wound up getting to a point of no return as we were transitioning the studios, right?
Right.
So we broke down the old studio, and then we came across so many technical difficulties that we weren't able to set up the new studio. All right. So we had to air a replay. That was last week, right? And then I think the week prior to that, you guys were able to do a show, but we did a replay, right?
Yeah, the last one was a replay.
The last
one, which is last week.
Last week was replay.
Last week was a replay. Before that, you guys were live.
right.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
twice. So
Right.
yup.
Okay, all right. And then it just got to a point where I was just like, I might as well just wait for the new setup.
Right.
Right,
That's
right.
it.
For
I
me, for
figured
me
that's
to
what
come
you was
back on
doing.
the
I'm
show.
like,
right.
I'm like, because you was,
Right.
you was ready to go, but
Right.
then, yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta pop out. And
You just gotta,
Yeah, that's how it got to be. So we've been working on this for a little while, and let me tell you, the show has been around since actually 2017. Dang. But let me use my layout. Tonight's topic is called Faith in the Roots. All right, the reset, new vision, and signs of the times. If we get to it, because I didn't want a plus today, but we'll see if I can get to it. Look, Benson has to use a handheld mic tonight.
Hey, your
Working on
layout
it.
is the same color as the Power Hour colors. That's
Yes,
interesting.
that's how particular I am.
Wow.
I noticed that. Organized to another level.
Look, so tonight's a night of reflection, all right? Renewal, and Lord's will, I get to it, revelation. There's been some stuff I've been piling up for weeks about immigration, ICE, stuff that's going on with Venezuela and Colombia now. All right,
Right.
Not Columbia University, the country.
Colombia. With a
Colombia.
O. With a O. You know they always spell
Venezuela
it with the U.
y Colombia.
You know they always spell it with the U?
Yeah, because Columbus. We're going to talk about that too. All right, we got to talk about that too. Right? And we wanted to unveil the new studio setup to you, and it's not done. All right? We want to get a little fancy with some little lights. The different way I want to be able to do the presentation sometimes when we're presenting some stuff. So I'm looking to look into things like that for y'all. All right? But we're going to revisit our roots a little bit, right? And then we're going to go into some fitness. Yeah. All right.
That part.
I got some fitness stuff, like always. Everybody likes the fitness stuff. And but now I want to talk a little bit about the evolution of the show. So we started this show in 2017 as a regional show, right? So let me give you some background. Let me give you some quick background. I came into the truth in 2000. I'll say 2008 is when I actually started repenting. I first learned about it at the end of 07, all right? But I wasn't trying to repent. It was just interesting. It was curious to me, and I was just like, all right. And I was learning, and it wasn't until sometime in 2008 that I said, all right, man, let me start keeping these laws before the Lord judge me. And so I grew up in New York, literally, all right, as a youngster, and in this truth. I grew up under the leadership
Grassroots.
in New York, right? Literally at the feet of the leadership. Yep. And all praises for that.
Right.
I firmly believe the Most High brings spirits in at the time that they're most needed and when it's most appropriate for those spirits and their manifestation of the Spirit to be developed. And I don't know what it was. I thought it was me. It was probably around that same time in 2008. I had a friend that lived out here in Arizona, And her husband had called me and said, look, the family doesn't like to come out. Like, she was like family to me. She was like my little sister. And he was like, yo, you know, could you come out and visit? Like, I think it would cheer her spirit. She's been real down because the family don't like to take flights, long flights and stuff like that. Like, you know, so a lot of Ephraims like that. They don't like the cross-country flights and stuff like that. Like the old school Ephraim anyway. Anyway, long story short, I came out to visit her. And at that time, I was still learning about the truth, just not repenting yet. And I fell in love with Arizona. And I was like, wow. I said, I think it's pretty beautiful out here. And those of you that are from the Valley, and if you know you're from the Valley, back in 08, it wasn't as developed as it is now.
Not at all.
But, you know, it like I remember going to Westgate. If those who know what I'm talking about that are from Phoenix, I remember going to Westgate, but Westgate wasn't what it was.
It's on the come up.
Right. It was
being
a
built.
few things, but I was just like, wow, you know, I saw how the cost of living was cheaper and everything. Little did I know, fast forward, the reason I'm telling you all that is it planted something in my spirit that I never would have thought I would have wanted to move to the desert or Arizona.
That part.
From New York City, right, from the Bronx. And little did I know, in hindsight, I realized that was the Lord lining things up for me to come out and move out this way once I started repenting. And that's basically what happened. So fast forward, 2016, we moved out here, right? Brothers that were here in 2016 knows, you know, the camp was not what it was, what it is now. And all praises, right? We came out with the program that we learned under leadership to build up Phoenix and by extension to try to help build up the West Coast.
That's it.
And one of the first things I did was we moved to a bigger school, right? So within 2017, we moved to the bigger school, and I said, I want to start a regional show, right? We weren't thinking about broadcasting to everybody and things like that. So the Power Hour wasn't called the Power Hour. It was called the Lost 144K, Black and Latino History, I think. Right?
You got the logo.
Right?
Put up the logo.
Show them the old logo.
You can show them the old logo that got done, right? Not the picture of the, we're talking about that. No, not that. The other logo.
The other logo.
Yeah, we'll show that, and I'll talk about that. All right.
I don't think they got it. Give me a second.
Check the chat. I saved it in there.
Well, just pull up the screenshot from the video right here, and you'll see the logo right there. Yep, that one. No, over one.
Video.
Right there. So we had that little logo in the left, right?
Yep.
We're using webcams.
Here we were calling it the Power Hour, but you see we were discombobulated, right? It was called the Lost. I saw another picture of the table in the first room. Can you show me the pictures?
I posted
Go
it
back.
on. I posted it.
No, go back. It was in the folder. It was in the folder. I saw a picture in the folder. There we go. Over there with the table. Go to the right.
Oh, okay.
That was 19th Avenue? No, that was here.
That was here before we painted it.
That table was the 19th Avenue table and chairs, right?
It's the same one.
And then we had the old banner. So that banner, you could put up the Lost banner, all right? That banner, Captain Gideon made that for us because the show was called The Lost 144K.
The graphic, he made the graphic?
He made it, and he had sent it to us for the show because he used to watch.
Nice.
And we were only on Saturdays. Look, we still got the little banner here. The brothers kept it, right? The brothers kept the banner.
That's dope.
We were only on Saturdays, and we weren't promoting the show nationally.
Logo.
We were only on Facebook and Blog Talk Radio.
Periscope.
Right? Periscope at the time. If y'all remember Periscope.
Yep.
And the goal was to try to have like a radio presence here. Here. Man, hey, you know what? I know I told you that I'm going through menopause. I told you to raise the temperature. Now I'm hot. So I don't know if you raised it more than 2 degrees. Go down 1 degree if you raised it 2 degrees. Maybe
It did just get hot, man.
right? Didn't I feel it turn up? That's the and then we came up with this logo for it. And the show was basically just in the small room, right? I really wanted, do we have other pictures? I wanted to show brothers through the years. You had the picture of Papito when he was a baby. You had Ashaya, Israelis.
That was back too. I remember you used to do a
No,
rotation
that's not
every
it.
week.
Right. I was trying to find the right brothers to put in. It's all right. You guys did a good video. I'll give you all that. Anyway, it wasn't until what? When can I say we started doing the weekday show and
Probably around
2020, 21,
late 2020.
Late 20.
Mid
Was
to-
it late
mid-
2020?
mid to late
No,
2020.
I don't think it was 2020.
Yeah, because I remember. No, it wasn't.
No,
It
when we
was-
started
it was in
doing
2020.
Wednesdays?
It was in
No.
2020.
I thought it was like
No.
It was like 2020, 2021.
Well, actually,
No, it
used
wasn't.
It used to be 1 hour on Wednesdays. Yeah. It used to be 1 hour on Wednesday, but then we.
I'm
moved it
gonna
up to 2.
contest that. I want to say it was 21, but
It wasn't 21.
but I'll you got to show me proof.
Right.
Got you.
You got to show me proof. I'm not persuaded.
Gonna get it.
I'm not persuaded. Anyway, that's when we wound up going. I remember Bishop Yalsop called him. He says, "Look, man," he was like, "I need y'all to pick a slot." He goes, "I know you do your little Saturday thing." He goes, "We need to see Northern Kingdom,
Right.
you know, in a major slot."
Nice.
Right? And this, I wasn't a deacon yet. I was still captain. I said, "We need to see Northern Kingdom. Talk with the guys, see what you can work out, you know, and let's pick a time, and we're going to put you in a slot." I said, "All right, so let's pick a time." And that's how the show started to grow. We started to go from there, and we started to move, and all praise to the Most High, we found our rhythm. I used to rotate, host, right? At the time, you know, I had 2 captains with me at the time, so it was mostly us, and then we had a reader. And then, you know, things change, you know, people move on and stuff like that. And I feel like the Most High always has a way of kind of trimming the fat, so to speak.
Right.
And I feel like the show kind of blew up after we got the right vibe and the right spirit going for it. Right? After we got the right vibe and the right spirit going for it. I feel like there was a hindrance, and it's always spiritual, and there was a hindrance, and there was some things that needed to happen, and a shaking of the tree. And then after that is when the show kind of got real popular, and people started tuning in. You know, and I know not everything is views as far as live views. I know we're on late for the East
we are
Coast
that
and a lot of
part.
places. But I know people catch it on the morning drive. Like I know Mother Shamara, a lot of times she'll catch it in the
praises.
morning, right?
Nice.
She'll text my wife and be like, "Oh, you know, shout out to Deacon that, you know, I saw the show
Yeah.
with this and that." And the
Bishop,
spirit
what's up?
moved, and the show kind of evolved, right? And the show kind of evolved. So we found our rhythm, we found our stride, and now we have new vision, right? Brothers got ideas, and we're trying to do stuff. You found proof?
So remember in 2021, in February specifically, we did an interview with the Brown Berets. Prior to that, was when we were already in the rhythm of doing Wednesday show, but I think that was our first big major feature.
So
And
you're
it was
you're
mid to
saying
late
end of 2020 is when we started probably.
mid to
I know
late
it was
2020.
October.
Yeah,
I know it was in October when we started.
2020.
It's
So it
showing
was
right
October
here.
2020.
Stream live December 2nd, 2020.
Okay,
Is
so
that-
so October was the first. Right, we had to remove some videos because there's some people that's no longer with us. So you
some of
know,
my proof is
a
missing,
lot
but I
of the
remember-
earlier footage, but I do remember it was in the month of October that we started. Right.
2020, yep.
Yeah, so I do that. Yeah, new studio area, the Admiral of Israel. Yes, new studio area. We got a new setup, new layout. We got able to upgrade some of the equipment, and we even took care
Cameras.
of IT. Does it show behind you when you put Tobias's shot? Put Tobias's shot.
It
Do they
misses
see?
it.
Well, you see in
they
the
can see the
corner.
little
All right.
window.
So if you look at the
You can
upper
see it.
left
You
of
can
your
see it,
screen,
right?
right?
Let me see if I can get
There's
my
IT
finger.
in the booth. There's IT in the booth, cabrones.
Mijo's low hand back there.
Leo here.
Messing things up. Hey, no. Listen, these brothers have been working tirelessly for a couple months,
Yes,
trying to get
for sure.
this
Hey,
thing built
kudos to
up.
them.
Shout out to the IT team
Shout
doing
out
the
to
best
the
that they
IT.
could,
Right.
trying to get everything set up. All right. Hopefully, we'll have less issues. You know what?
And even some brothers that's not in IT.
Right. So I'm
Right,
gonna
right,
say
right.
So we had brothers Reyes come and help, and a lot of brothers put their hands in. Officer Caleb doing the floors. Brothers come painting.
Eli.
Officers
Building
Araf.
Eli building the studio. Officers Araf as well building the studio out. All right. So you know, just wanted to put that reflection out there. All right. We've been doing this since 2017. Like I said, you know, we've gone through different mics, different backdrops, right? Sometimes no air conditioning. But the message never changed.
Right.
All right. We've grown, we've learned, and the Most High gave us the increase. Right? Let's read that real quick. 1 Corinthians 3:6, right?
Yep.
1 Corinthians 3:6. And I know we gotta
There
fix
we
this
go.
shot where it's just me and Asher look real cabezon.
Just like boom.
Garbage.
Right.
Just
And I don't know, and I'm gonna have to raise my chair to the proper height so people don't think you're taller than me.
Yeah, this is crazy. I can't even lower it. Like I've tried all different ways and nothing's working.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase.
Right. So all we have to do is follow God's program, stay the course, be diligent, right? Everything that the scripture tells us how we need to do. And then God's always going to give the increase. Here, he's quite literally speaking about the increase in brothers and sisters repenting. But by extension, that's the same type of work that we've been doing, right? I mean, and there's people who have been built in the spirit. Some of us, you know, they say, who learns more, the teacher or the student? You know, I've learned so much with the opportunity to have this platform to be able to teach every week, you know, consistently. It forces you to kind of always have your mind sharp, going, looking for topics and things like that. So it's kind of been like that journey for me too. And I'll say even when I moved to Phoenix, just in the beginning, before we had the full Sabbath lineup, we only had the one Sabbath class. I taught every Sabbath for years.
Those were the days.
Right. I taught every Sabbath for years, and I taught based on what was going on in the body. Right. And all those things built me in the spirit, because I had to look out and say, what are the solutions biblically that I'm going to give? Yeah. Because it's easy to just blast people. Right. It's easy to just, chastise people. But how am I going to get these people to see the vision and turn around? Right. And having these opportunities is a blessing. And that's why people got to be on fire, right, for these things, right? Fire. Got to have a fire in your bones, right? Got to have a fire in your bones for that stuff, right? So, we showed them old clips. We put that stuff out there. And then, even the topics changed. We started off and said, no, we're just going to go over, Northern Kingdom history. And it was just like, the spirit just kind of led us. I said, I got more to say. There's things that I see in the spirit. We all got ideas. And I remember when I tried to put the show in a box, it was harder for me to come up with topics week to week. When I just kind of let it flow, I just let it go. I said, it's all right. And it's a different format than when I'm teaching a class, when I do the show. I kind of just get a few thoughts, a few scriptures, and then everything else just kind of gets fed in.
Right.
And you just go.
We feed off each other.
I kind of remember that shift too. Like there was one show, I was like, Deke didn't come in with a stack of papers. Must be doing something different than that. 'Cause remember, you used to have your notes.
Right. I used to have the whole layout.
You used to sit there, like, take the pictures, send it to us. So.
And I don't want to say freestyle, because there is preparation in at least having the theme of the show and the topic,
an outline.
And then GPT came out, and now I do my professional outlines.
Thank you, GPT.
I almost don't do it without GPT now. That's why he's saying I got my
coded.
Yeah, man. Look, I got my whole outline and my whole setup. Bolding. How I'm gonna do it, right? To keep me on track, so I'm not, because sometimes you could just kind of go off rambling, right?
Yeah,
you just start talking. But anyway, any housekeeping to do at this point before we transition?
Yeah, we do got housekeeping to do. We got what's the man?
The sense of the night. The sense of the night. What we got for the sense of the night? I know Ruvain. Keep Officer Ruvain in prayers. He's been going through some health things. All right, so he wasn't able to be here. So and I know he came on. He was like one of the last new additions outside of you two, Job and Asher, as far as a steady addition. But it would have been nice for him to be here, being that he was part of the flow and part of the show as well. But shout out to Ruvain if he's watching.
Right.
He don't even be
if
watching.
He ain't watching the first show with the new setup.
I know.
I'm a blast him.
Usually he would be in the chat.
Usually
Officer Ruvain, put a comment.
Right.
You watching, put a comment.
Yeah. Right. Dang, for the comment.
You got 5 minutes.
43 minutes ago, he probably fell asleep.
Dang. Yeah. He ain't even watching right now. I'm trying to give him props for the show.
Damn.
Terrible.
Damn.
So
what you got? What's the scent of the night?
So we got cherry tobacco.
That's it right there.
Hey, I almost wore that one tonight too.
That's that good stuff.
It's real good. It's actually my first time.
No, the cherry tobacco was fire, bro. Everybody was telling me about it for a long time. That was like the one scent that you only was using for a minute, right?
That's like a date night joint.
I came back to it.
Hey, man.
Cherry tobacco.
I like all the tobaccos. All the tobaccos.
Me too.
Tobacco vanilla.
Yeah.
The Cuban.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can see Ash's foot in the air on that shot. His foot's not touching. His foot's not touching.
Oh, damn.
Man,
change that camera view.
This is an unflattering shot, bro. Like the shirt looks all loose. It looks like I got a belly, and
Damn.
What's going on here? Goodness.
Oh, love.
We gotta get it right, man.
Yeah, we gotta change that shot.
Yeah, we gotta change that shot. Look at that.
Yeah.
No, look, you could
Hey,
tell
you can't
because
show
if
my
I
feet
had a
down
belly,
here,
the shirt would be all tight and stuff like that, right? It's just the layout of the shirt.
Yeah, man.
It making me look puffed up.
Hey,
Dig,
man.
if they want to see a belly, they got to go back 5 years.
They got to go back to the
to the
montage.
video, yeah, the
That was a
montage.
good one. Go back to the montage. Not only did you see the evolution of the show,
Right.
You
You
saw
saw
the
the-
years of weight loss.
evolution of
The evolution of the anatomy.
You saw how fat I was, and then how I lost some. Then I got fat again.
Got
Right?
buff.
I know people say I was never fat. That wasn't too bad yet. See, I was chunky there.
No, that one right there.
Yeah, go back to
That's
that
all
one.
right.
I was kind of. You know what?
buff.
No, well, so
A little powerlifting.
I was
Like a
powerlifting.
powerlifter.
I was
Yeah.
powerlifting.
Buff right
Right.
there.
Yeah. I was powerlifting then too. That's what I was moving weight.
Right.
Right. I was moving weight. Nah, there was another one where you saw my whole man tit and everything. Damn.
The
It
one
was
in the
bad.
black
I had the
shirt, I
black
think.
shirt, right?
Yeah,
that was
the
the
black
one.
shirt.
Yeah, it was the one with the black shirt. Is that it? Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Is that it?
Is he right
I don't know. You see the whole titty is bad.
Damn. Yeah, there it is.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
man.
Good point. Someone said they also saw the beard growth over the years.
Ooh.
You saw the
Yes,
beard growth over
yes,
right,
yes.
and you saw the hairline recede a little bit as well.
You do see the haircut change.
You saw the haircuts change and the hairline recede.
Jesus.
See,
Trade spots.
people know I'm always snapping on people, but I snap on
Yeah, you
myself
snap
too.
on yourself.
I snap
Yeah,
on
man.
myself too. Hey, so I want to go into our health segment. Unless we got any more housekeeping.
Oh, by the way, we also have a new lower third. If y'all haven't noticed,
I
is a
haven't
new
noticed.
Lower, yeah, you
that
see?
was subtle.
Yes.
Yeah.
that was
Very
subtle.
It adds to
That
the
was
show,
subtle.
though. I
We
love
got
it.
the new
I
lower
love
third.
it. I love it.
Right.
Is that
Okay.
an hourglass in the back?
It is an hourglass.
Right. Hey, that's right. Officer Asher got beard repentance too.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
And as y'all can see, my beard is coming in. I got the tobacco vanilla right now. I've been derma rolling. Boom.
Yeah,
I'm
that's how you
getting
do
there.
it. You make the.
Yeah, you know.
In the mirror.
I'm in there. See.
Oh man. Hey, I'm excited. I'm
Let's
happy.
get it. Let's
we just
get it.
got to get used to this.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta
look,
get used to this.
You know what? Our chair even
like-
has a little massage feature too.
Mine's been going.
I haven't
since
even
it
tried it.
started.
Our chairs even have a little massage feature.
Dangerous
Say,
sleep.
shout out to Amazon for all the inexpensive product coming from China.
sir.
From
It's all
China.
good. I
From
don't want to go to
China.
sleep.
Hey, all right. So these are the recent ones that I put up. I put that in here about the weight. Oh, I did put that in here about the where I said the explanation on weight training intensity. I don't know. Let me see. What's this other one about? What's the one on the right about?
I think I remember that one. That was a good one. If I remember right, that was a good one.
All right, let's show that one. We're gonna move to the health. We're gonna move to the health piece.
He's got good information, this guy.
Oh, okay. So let me give you some background. Now I see it for every 100 gram, right? I like the way this guy uses parables for you to understand fitness, right? And what I mean is he's the guy that usually is low on the table, and he showed how like where the carbs go, where the fat goes and stuff with the Uber and the thing, right? Anyway, he probably did this because people are probably saying you're not even ripped. Because some people think like you got to be ripped to be able to give like decent advice. Now, don't be 300 pounds or over fat or obese and try to be talking about fitness advice and what works and doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right? I mean, you know.
It's common
It
knowledge.
kind of goes together.
Right.
Like faith without works is
Right,
dead.
right. No, that's like in Sirach where it says don't talk with a coward about matters of war, right?
Yeah.
They just got to put don't talk with a fatback in matters of diet and exercise,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, like we just got to throw that in there. Anyway, so what he's about to say in this video, you know, a lot of times people think weight loss is going to be what they call linear, right? And what we mean by linear weight loss is that people think that it's going to be this just, okay, I'm going to start losing weight, and every week and every day I'm just going to go down in weight.
Right.
But the body doesn't work like that, right? Especially if you're a woman. Especially if you have some sort of issues as a woman, right? PCOS, hormonal issues. And what I mean is not that you can't lose weight, but that the weight fluctuations on the scale. So while we use the scale as a measurement, the scale lies to you, right? You should take pictures. You should do measurements of circumference, right? Waist, certain areas that you're concerned about. 'Cause sometimes the scale will be up and my waist will be down, right?
That's why the scale is deceptive. It
The
could
scale
be
can be deceptive, but it is a tool that we use. So what will happen is you have, and what he's going to explain in the video is you have different things that happen in the body where your body retains water, right?
Okay.
Women know about it when they get their menstrual, right? And they get all bloated, or if you've been pregnant and things like that, right? And what winds up happening is it messes with you psychologically. It messes with your head. And you'll be like, damn, I finally was down and now I'm up 4 pounds. And you think that you gained 4 pounds, but that's not really what's happening. And he's going to explain what's happening here, all right?
For every 100 grams of carbs you eat, you will gain 400 grams of water. When you eat more carbs, you store more glycogen. When you store more glycogen, you hold on to more water. And when you hold on to more water, the scale goes up, which is why if you eat fewer carbs, the scale goes down. So you could lose or gain weight, but that doesn't mean you've lost or gained fat.
Stop.
So when you're...
You can lose or gain weight, but that does not mean you've lost or gained fat. And that's a big distinction. People love keto and low-carb diets because within the first 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how overfat you are, you drop 5, 10, 11, 20 pounds. And you're like, oh, my gosh, it works so great. And then after the first month, you're like, oh, my gosh, it's not working no more. Why isn't it working? It was all water weight, right? I'm gonna say all 2 or 3 weeks you can lose some fat. You can lose up to about 2 to 3. If you're really fat and you're doing it right, you can lose about 5 to 6 pounds of fat a week.
Yeah,
Of fat a week. But the average individual losing weight conservatively is gonna be 1 to 3 pounds. Right. All right, of fat. And when you have the distribution with the water, you're like, oh man. So for example, let's say you had a free meal or you ate a little extra carbs one day or whatever it was, you're going to be heavier because your body's holding on to more water, right? So not only did you eat 100 grams of carbs, with that comes in 400 grams of water. That's 500 grams of total weight, right? That's going to be added to the scale. So you got to kind of look at that factor that way. Go ahead, come on.
Weight jumps a few pounds overnight, it's not fat. So don't start skipping meals or doing extra cardio just because the scale went up.
Don't start skipping meals and doing cardio because the scale went up, right? Weight loss is not linear. It does not go straight down. It's a pattern of peaks and troughs, right? Don't let that thing mess with your head. Stay with your program, because what you start doing is you start making adjustments prematurely. Right. You start saying this don't work and you give up on it and you move to something else or whatever it is. Just stay consistent and stay with your training. There's something that I'm not going to talk about now. It's called a whoosh, right? Yeah. And what happens is once the body equalizes from all that water, all of a sudden within a week or 2 or 3 weeks, boom, 5 pounds came off the scale. Damn. And that's probably more true fat loss than it was water if you stayed consistent. Because it takes a while for these things to process. Now, so don't let your head get messed up about it.
But Deke, so when it comes to scaling or getting on the scale, is that an everyday thing or once in a week?
So it depends. It depends. If you're weak psychologically, you might want to do it once a week.
That's why I want to make that point.
There's a free app called Happy Scale that smooths out, not in a manner where it's being deceptive, but it smooths out, and what it shows you is the weight loss trend.
Okay.
And what you want is the trend, right? And what it does is you weigh yourself daily with that, and you enter it in here, and it gives you this whole graph, and it gives you trends, and it gives you a timeline of if you stay consistent, when you can approximately expect to have the next kind of drop down in weight. And it also tells you what your trend is, and it adjusts it. So you're saying, well, I'm eating this many calories to lose 1.5 pounds a week. It'll let you know like what your real weight is, what you lost in 7 days, what you lost in 30, what you lost in 90. So you can go back and see your trend. And they have paid features, but most of the basic features are free. It's called Happy Scale.
Happy Scale.
And I use that, and I weigh myself, and I have to go and look at that sometimes and see where the line is.
Okay.
And it also keeps me honest with myself if I'm not in a deficit anymore, outside of all my other things of tracking calories, because when that trend starts going up consistently, I'm doing something wrong.
Got you.
That's good. That's a good scale.
No, that's deep right there. All right.
But measurements are good, and you don't got to measure every day. I've gotten back into the habit of measuring. My waist is the main one that I'll measure, and I'll measure my waist like 2-3 times a week, along with the, I've gotten so good at it that I can look in the mirror and I can tell when the skin. Sometimes the skin.
Start doing that.
Well, I'm a little leaner now, so if you're fat, your skin is all loose and squiggly. Sometimes my skin will start to get a little loose, and I can feel the little flabby.
You can flab it.
No, but that's when I know at my body fat that that's fat mobilizing.
That's crazy. What does that mean?
Because remember, fat stays solid and
Right.
compact. And what it has to do before it burns off is that it has to kind of get soft. The water has to leave. So there's water in
dang,
fat
I'm
cells.
doing something right.
Water has to leave first, and then once the water leaves, the fat gets processed and comes out. So what I'll feel first, and I've been doing it so consistently, is that I'll feel the skin and everything, and I'll be like, oh, snap. And then I got to remind myself it's going to be
I
like
never
that
knew that.
for a couple weeks, and then I'll start to see a tightening.
Okay.
And I can almost, when I look in the mirror in the morning, say I'm going to be lighter today before I hit the scale. Like I can almost tell that I'm going to be lighter by looking at it. That's how.
I never
that's how
knew that
attuned
about
I've
the
gotten.
fat. What is it? Metabolite? What is it?
The fat has to. The fat cells have to burst or open, and then the water has to come out of it first.
That's why I feel so like.
And then you get
flabby.
and you'll be like all flabby and stuff. Again, this
That's
is if you're
interesting.
leaner. This is if you're sub 20%.
Yeah.
If you're above 20%,
If you 30,
you're just right.
if you red,
Right. You're just flabby all the time. You're not going to see that nuance.
So an example of what he said, right? Let's say you're at 2,000. Let's say 2,000 calories is your maintenance. Let's say you go to Five Guys, you get a burger and some fries, which is usually a lot of sodium, but you're under the 2,000 calories. Your weight goes up by, let's say, 3 pounds. Don't worry about it.
Sodium, water, and everything, right. But
'Cause
if
it's
you
gonna
kept your
mix it
calories
up.
low, you know that that's just physiology happening in your body.
Yeah, because
right?
if you didn't know that, you would think, damn, I did too much.
Yeah.
But you actually went under.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you speaking from personal
Right,
experience?
I was gonna say, did you go get a smash burger?
I get the largest size.
I told you, see, he be getting defensive when I say he's rich.
Yeah.
Five Guys is my favorite fast food burger.
Freaking
But
love
I
it.
but I almost never eat there
too
because
expensive.
one burger is like $20.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
crazy.
That's
But they're
real.
good.
Without the fries.
Yeah.
It's like 15. It's like
Right.
15 without the fries.
Especially if you get the double.
the Asher money.
And then right behind that for me is In-N-Out, but I don't go to In-N-Out because it's always crowded.
Yep.
That's true.
Hey, the lines be
In-N-Out
moving.
That's not as good as Five Guys,
The
man.
lines be moving.
They moving, but it's still long.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Can you imagine if they didn't have their system? Anyway, I digress. Play the video for the beginning.
what happened?
See, we're going
You
back
see
to
what
the
happened?
food thing.
Let's go.
You're gonna make me go because actually the burger spot down here, I think it's off of Thomas, is
30,
bomb. It's
yeah.
fire.
You like
Yep.
it?
Where is
Bro, it's so good.
It is good. They have
Bro,
this
right
steak
on the-
sandwich,
So
bro.
good. But
you
it reminds me of like a homemade Whopper. And what I mean is it doesn't taste fast foody. Because the Whopper's fire.
Because it's
Yeah.
local.
Yeah.
Yo.
But it has that fast foody taste.
Yeah.
This is like a homemade Whopper.
What?
Yo, that's
Bro,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Look, I
Burger shop.
got Barbosa.
They have
Yo, me
Hey,
and Joe was
about
about
to-
This is Greensman talk for all you guys out
Right,
there.
right.
Burn
they
effect.
have like a steak sandwich where they put like a chuleta. They have
What's the truth?
carne asada.
Yeah.
Boom, bro. That thing is good.
Chuleta for us is a pork chop.
All right,
Bro,
got it.
like
Yeah.
a steak, like
But he said chuleta for him, he's like a thick piece of meat.
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
like
That's Mexican talk.
carne asada. I don't know.
No dude.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't know. ¿Qué lo que?
Que lo que- I live on the pitch.
Chuleta for Ephraim that's what we call pork chops.
Okay.
Chuleta. Yeah, chuleta. But I guess for Issachar, it just means like a chunky piece of steak.
Chuleta.
Yeah, don't say meat, say
Yeah,
steak.
pause.
Chunky piece of carne asada.
Una carne asada.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. There
Like
you
a
go.
whole piece right there. It's good there.
That. But play this video from the beginning. Come on, we're not gonna get to the rest of our stuff. Let's go.
For every 100 grams of carbs you eat, you will gain 400 grams of water. When you eat more carbs, you store more glycogen. When you store more glycogen, you hold on to more water. And when you hold on to more water, the scale goes up, which is why if you eat fewer carbs, the scale goes down. So you could lose or gain weight, but that doesn't mean you've lost or gained fat. So when your weight jumps a few pounds overnight, it's not fat. So don't start skipping meals or doing extra cardio just because the scale went up. That's how people get stuck in yo-yo dieting, which is exactly what happened to my client Bryce. Before she started working with me, she was doing this exact cycle. So now she went from looking like this to looking like this in a very short time because she actually understands nutrition. She knows what to eat, how much to eat, and isn't afraid of carbs. So comment carbs if you want results like Bryce and follow me for Bodybuilding Made Simple.
Hey, and let me tell you something, especially brothers. Carbs is what makes you look full. And what I mean by that is you want your shoulders to pop, you want your chest to pop out, you want to have a good workout.
Vascularity.
You want vascularity. Like right now, like I was a very low carb today, so normally my veins be popping
Yeah,
out.
your veins be
My
insane.
veins are asleep right now because it was a low carb. It was a low carb day today for me. So like I carb cycle. Nothing magic about it. I save higher carbs. I take my weekly allotment of carbs, and I put higher carbs usually on days that are like kind of more intensive workout days or days
That
that I
makes
have
sense.
like longer days and stuff like that. Yeah, because I need it for energy. All right, so don't let that thing mess with your head. What was this other one that this guy was talking about? The second one in the middle. Let's put that one. I don't remember what this was. You know, if you guys watched them, you guys could put a little title and a blurb for it too, right? Go ahead, let's play it.
In your 30s and you have abs, you are mentally ill. It's just too hard to get abs in your 30s. In your 20s, if you want to get abs, you just have to fart or something. In your 30s, you want to get abs, you have to ruin your life. Because getting abs in your 30s requires so much of you.
So everyone knows your metabolism slows down with age, but what they don't know is when it actually happens. And here's a hint, it's way later than you think. In this landmark study out of Duke University, researchers measured total daily energy expenditure in over 6,000 people from infancy all the way up to age 95. And what they found goes completely against the typical narrative. Your metabolism doesn't drop in your 30s, not in your 40s, not even in your 50s. The real decline doesn't even start until around age 60.
So
and even
stop.
then,
Stop. I remember why I wanted to show this one. Stop making excuses. Oh, my metabolism slowed down. Your metabolism did not slow down. You still have the same metabolism that you had when you were 18. You just are sitting more. And you're not
And
out
eating
and as
more.
active. You're eating more. You don't have the same lifestyle you did when you were younger. Right? It's not because your metabolism doesn't even start to slow down to your 60s, and what he's about to say in the rest of the video, it's not even that much. Your metabolism actually stays pretty constant through your whole life. Now, it gets a little more complicated if you have some sort of conditions, right? But even then, it's marginal. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, my total daily energy expenditure was 2,000 calories, and now because I have PCOS, it's 1,500 calories. Maybe it's 19. It's not that big of a difference, right? It's not that big because you hear people that make the excuse, and you got to hear yourself.
Right.
So you're saying, I'm just gonna be this way and be fat and unhealthy,
Accepting it,
right? And accepting it because somebody told you this, or your favorite internet guru told you that or the other. Don't make sense. Go ahead, play this.
it's less than 1% per year. So if you're struggling to lose fat in your 30s and beyond, the real reason is pretty simple. You're probably sitting more, sleeping less, dealing with higher stress, and regularly trading gym sessions for Netflix. It's not your biology, it's your habits. But the good news, unlike your age, those are things you can actually control.
Right.
Great point.
Right.
You can control it.
Right. That's what it goes into. Now, I think the last one explains workout intensity, right? And I'm going to say this. Mike Israel, I was kind of on the fence with him. Sometimes he says some good stuff. That's the guy that's working out, right? He's been all over the internet lately because they found out like his PhD was kind of trashy. Like he went to like a crap school and like his thesis was not that great. So everybody's been getting on him. I think sometimes he says some okay stuff, but he's also like what do they call it? He trolls a lot. So you don't know when he's serious or not.
Right.
So he'll say stuff sometimes and you're like, is he serious? And then, like he's not. Anyway, so he's showing him in this video, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is that people don't know what working out hard is, and they don't know about. Remember, I tried to explain to you guys about when you do 10 to 12 reps, you go in and you lift weights for 10 to 12 reps. And if you just do 10 to 12 reps and you're not at the intensity that you need to be with the weights, you're not making any progress. You're just wasting time.
Right.
People are afraid to lift heavy. And when I mean heavy, I'm not saying power lifter heavy, but heavy enough that the reps slow down on their own, right?
Like those last 2 to 3 should be
Those
tough.
last 2 to 3, even when you're pushing with all your might, go a lot slower than those first, 6 to 8 that you were doing, right? So let's play this video so you can see. He's gonna be screaming like a moron in the gym, but let's play this video. This is the last one we're gonna play on the fitness piece. But then I got a little something that I want to give y'all. A little breakdown to keep y'all focused. 'Cause it's been a while since I've been away trying to help people with this stuff.
You got to hit him with the
I got to hit him with some stuff. Go ahead, come on.
Dr. Mike is about to show you what training to failure actually looks like. And as he does these leg curl reps, you can just hear in his moans just how hard he's training.
ain't slowing down.
That's what giving it your all looks like.
No, so let's clear something up here. When it comes to training to failure, it's not about external signs of stress like screaming and shaking and moaning. If your last rep looks identical to the first one in terms of speed and range of motion, then it's not a maximum effort set. In fact, it might not even be anywhere close. If you're actually training to failure, then one of two things will happen depending on where in the range the exercise is hardest and where the muscle is strongest. You'll be pushing as hard as you possibly can, and you'll either get a gradual slowdown in rep speed until you can't complete another rep, or the overall speed won't really change, but the range of motion will get cut down to where you can't lock out the full rep. If neither of those things are happening, then it doesn't matter how much discomfort you're in, you still have reps left in the tank. Now, this doesn't mean you need to train to failure on every set, but you shouldn't be stopping any more than about 1 to 2 reps short, and if you don't know where failure actually is, then you have no way of gauging that. And if you want to dive deeper and learn all the key principles behind effective hypertrophy training to maximize your progress,
all right, he's going to talk about his apps and stuff like that, but the point is, he said there's 2 things you got to look for. Your rep speed slows, and not on purpose, not that you slow it down.
Right.
You're still trying to move it with the same, like, so your brain is thinking, you know, like when you're drunk and you think that you're moving efficiently and quickly,
Right. Yep.
but you're actually moving all slow and unbalanced and your speech is slurred, right?
Great
That's how your rep should look, all right? Or it doesn't slow down, but your range of motion, you get, it's called a sticking point, where you get to a sticking point where it gets harder through that part of the range of motion. And then you know that you're using effective weight for that setup. If that's not how your workouts look, and I don't mean the screaming guy, I'm talking about with those 2 signs, you're not working out hard enough to get stimulus, because you work out to get stimulus for the body, right? You're not working out hard enough to get stimulus for the body.
Up that weight.
Yep.
Hey, Deke, is that how you went to the gym with someone in New York?
That was Captain Joel when we went.
I didn't
for
want to say names. I didn't say names.
No,
though.
you ran it back. I'm gonna have to blow up Captain Joel. Shout out to Captain Joel. All right, Captain Joel. I took him with me one day because Judah don't train legs generally.
They don't.
I'm glad he said generally.
I said generally.
Small little calves.
I said generally. And when they do train legs, they train legs like the guy screaming in the video, and not to any type of effectiveness. All right. Damn. I know you got Captain Zakar was half squatting. He pulling up a video of him squatting. He like, and they all cheering each other on. He not even going to parallel on his squat. Dang, put that up. I was like, oh my goodness. It was he doing. I mean, and listen, if your intention was to do partial, because partial reps is a training mechanism,
right?
But that ain't it. That ain't it. These half repping. Anyway,
you do partial reps with machines.
Right. I remember I went with Captain Joel. I think I've told the story before, but
You have.
it was like a bodybuilding gym, like Victor Martinez, like not like Olympia winning guys, but guys who win shows would train there and stuff. And great gym, great atmosphere, nice equipment, right? I used to go with Captain Zeph a lot. So one day I took Captain Joel, and he was like, yo, because Zeph was getting like brolic and stuff like that. Yeah, we were both like kind of blowing up. He was like, I said, Joe, I said, yo, let me train with you. Let me see what's up. So I took him, right? And I took him on a leg day. I told him, whenever Judah wants to train with me, I take them on leg day.
Damn.
Test them out, huh?
Although my leg days now that I've been on a cut haven't been that intense, but I take him on a leg day. And he was screaming like that in the gym on leg press with, I think it was 25 pounds on each side on the leg press.
Crazy word.
Like it was a 25-pound plate. And he was, so we were doing giant sets where it was with 2 legs leg press and then 1 leg to finish. And he was screaming like that in the gym, and everybody, all the dudes that like I know they was looking at me. You know, because you hear that and you're thinking, oh snap, somebody's going.
The whole thing is filled with.
Somebody going for PR.
They see 50
Bro,
pounds.
Captain Joel was screaming his head off like in that video with 50 pounds on the sled.
Dang. That's funny.
He told me he would never train legs with me again. He told me he would never train legs with me. I said, it's okay. I would never train you with me
with legs again.
For legs again. That wouldn't happen. I said it wouldn't happen.
Shit.
Yeah, that's exactly how he was screaming. You're right. Damn, you thought about that.
I thought about it because you've said it before.
That's exactly how he was screaming.
You've said that story before.
That's exactly how he was screaming when we did that.
Damn.
Anyway, right? So, the same way that the show has grown over the years, right? That's the same way we grow in this truth. You don't see results overnight. You stay patient, right? You water the seed. You stay faithful. And this applies in your health, in your discipline, and your repentance, right? Goes back to those 4 pillars, okay? Goes back to those 4 pillars. So I want to give y'all something that I was meditating on. And, you know, I consume a lot of fitness content. I've found that I've seen a lot of brothers find success here just applying even half of the stuff that we've been talking about on the show, especially when we hold them to account. Right?
Yeah.
Especially when we hold them to account. So I want to remind everybody of something, because I know we're all trying to go through these journeys. I know the sisters that are in the ladies in waiting have a goal. The brothers that are still not in the range to be in a healthy body fat, right? You know, we need you for the fight. We need you for the battle, right?
Definitely.
The Lord needs you. And maybe if you looked at your fitness the same way you look at your walk in this truth, you'll take it differently. That's a good picture. You can put that one up as we talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because of the appearance sake, although that does go a long way to an extent, right?
That is scriptural.
You're there saying you're the army of the living God, and you got, you know, side tit and, you know, what do they call it? Spare tires. Right? We say chichos, but you got a spare tire, all right, around your gut. If you look at it in the same way, right, just like you walk in the truth, right? Whether we talk about building muscle or building faith,
Come on.
the process is the same. And what do I mean by that? The fact that each and every one of you have been able to transform your lives by applying God's commandments, that's harder than any fitness goal. To change who you were fundamentally at the core, to be a new man, right? To be born again, right? To be new in Christ, like the scripture says.
Yeah.
Was so much more challenging, and for you to stay that way, right? Because just like fitness, you lose the weight or you reach your goal, you have to maintain it, right? So that you don't yo-yo back. Same thing in this walk, right? It's the same parallel. I want to tell you that the process doesn't change, and just maybe if you thought of it that way, you'd be nearer to reaching your goals,
It's
right?
like a paradigm shift.
Yes, right? So when you plant a seed, you don't see the results the same day, right? You don't see fruit right away, but that doesn't mean that nothing's happening, right? Things are happening underground. Things are happening with the process of the seed, right? Beneath the surface, something's working. Same thing in your body. Change is taking place. You'll start to feel better. You'll start to sleep better. You'll start to have more mental clarity and awareness. You'll start to feel more motivated and more disciplined before you see anything on the scale, before you see anything in the mirror, before you see anything changing in your clothes, right? Roots are forming. Just like roots form in your walk, just like roots form when you plant a seed, roots are forming and a foundation is being set. We read 1 Corinthians 3:6, right? Where it says, I planted Apollo's water, but God gave the increase, right? You see that increase comes later. Increase comes later, but you still have to plant.
Right.
You still have to plant, right? And the planting is all the things that you do in your fitness journey every day, just like the same things you do to keep yourself away from sin in this walk, right? You still have to water, and you still have to believe, right? Because don't you have faith in the diet? Don't you have faith? Not in the same way we have a faith in God, right? In all power, but you believe that the effort that I'm putting in these first 2 weeks, I'm going to see results 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, 4 weeks after, or whatever it might be, right? So it's the same thing with your goals, whether it's weight loss, better health, or overcoming sin. It all starts with the seed, which is a decision, right? To plant it or not to plant it, right? To take the first step or not. And the Lord honors that when you follow through with consistency. Let's get James 2:17. 2:17. I'm going to show you how the same scriptures that apply to your walk apply to what you're doing in your fitness journey, right?
The book of James, chapter 2 and verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone.
So this is going to sound rah-rah motivational, but it's true. So if you believe you can change, whether it's in the spirit or in the flesh, then you've got to work it. The same way you're going to work the land, the same way you're going to work the program that you're on and your diet. You're not going to let yourself, because think about it. Let's say you slip and sin, right? Christ said, go and sin no more. Let's say you had a bad day in your diet, right? You're gonna just say, "Damn, I messed up, so let me keep doing it." Right. You wouldn't think to do that with the sin. A lot of times you get guilty, you feel remorseful, whatever it is. You say, "Damn, man, I messed up. I don't want to do this." Right.
And you go harder.
Right. And you go harder. Right. Brothers have been put out, they come back or whatever it is, and they go harder. Right. Right. You know, you're gonna be there. It's gonna be like, "Oh, this is delicious." Right. So you gotta work it. You got to work it. Right. You water it daily. What? By getting those workouts in. So the seed is a decision, right? Seed is a decision. What do? You water it daily by you getting your workouts in, by prepping your meals whenever possible. Prep goes a long way.
That's
Prep,
a game changer.
Yeah, and prep don't gotta mean the whole week. It could be just for the next day. It could be for 2 or 3 days, right? Whatever suits your schedule, right? And you know, if variety is it's easier if you can eat the same thing all the time.
Yep.
Way easier.
Right? And what I mean easier, not from how it's palatable, but easier to track and stay and tweak if you know something's off, right? But if you're somebody who's very challenged and you need diversity of flavors, man, there are so many recipes on Instagram, right? I'll give you an example. Today I tried something, right? Because I have a sweet tooth, okay? I took some Greek yogurt.
That thing was fire.
I took PB2 powder, right? And I took vanilla protein powder. And I mixed it all together, right? And then I put it in the freezer for 20 minutes. And then when I took it out, I took some, I'm supposed to melt some chocolate chips to keep the macros better. But I weighed half a serving of some little chocolate syrup, right? It's a little 5-ingredient chocolate syrup, and covered it with that. I had like a Reese's bowl, and it was like 30 grams of protein, like 5 grams of carbs, and 3 grams of fat.
That's
and it satisfied my sweet tooth and kept me going, right? So there's things, if you don't have to do that, and you could just eat the same type of basic stuff, then fine. And there's so many good dry seasonings that you could do and stuff that helps you with it, right? So prepping's not just let me make, 3 meals and do this and right. And if you need variety, then maybe you got to rotate it out. Get an air fryer.
Yes.
That thing's a game changer, right? On how it cooks the food. Way better than microwave, faster than sitting by the stove and doing that stuff. Do those things, right? And keep your commitments when your motivation fades. Keep your commitments when your motivation fades. Because you're not always going to be motivated, but you're going to go back and you're going to say, but I believe that if I stick with this, I'm going to hit the goals that I want to hit, right? And those hunger cues and everything's going to get crazy. That's when you can get creative, like I did with the yogurt and the PB powder, right? Because I like peanut butter. I love Reese's peanut butter. Is like my favorite candy. Reese's peanut butter cups, favorite.
Those are fire.
White chocolate kind.
Favorite. All kinds. They even have
Peanut
them with
butter,
jelly
period.
and everything.
Yeah.
My favorite kind. But there's ways to still indulge yourself in that and not go crazy, right? And then you water it spiritually, right? Same way, by reading daily, by applying what you learn, by showing up even when your spirit feels tired. Same
That
thing
part.
happens in your spirit, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that you apply to. It's not different. So it's not like it's something that you can't do. Because if you're able to maintain yourself in this walk and in this truth, the same principles apply, right? And then you give it sunlight, because even the best seeds need light to grow. That sunlight, that's when you rest. Because if you start doing all this and you're not getting sufficient sleep, all types of hormonal things go on, all types of water imbalances. So you can't just go and, let me grind. I worked out, I did this. Maybe you're actually doing really good on your workouts and your diet and you're still not losing, but you're sleeping 4 hours a night.
Yep.
There's the problem.
Right? Manage your stress. Right? For me, the way I manage my stress is that's my gym time. Like I typically don't like working out with people because that's my time, and I do my best to not answer messages or nothing when I'm in there, because that's the one time when my brain can turn off and I focus on what I'm doing in there, right?
Yeah.
And surround yourself with people who support your goals, not pull away from them.
That's right.
Somebody pushing you, motivating you.
Yes.
That's why we talk the way we talk on the fitness channel, because we got to keep that momentum.
And I was just going to say that because I noticed brothers pull away, and they pull away when they know that they're bullshitting. Pardon my language.
That's it.
When they're not following the diet, when they're not working out, so they're not posting. We try to hold them accountable, and then I love how they'll, instead of just we got to do better as men. We have to stop giving the excuse in our reason why we didn't do it. Because a lot of times I'll see the answers as to why they didn't post, why they didn't do it, or whatever, and you're just giving yourself the excuses and soothing yourself, right? If you didn't hit your goal, you didn't hit your goal, right? There's ways that you could have mitigated it and done it, right? And guess what? You're surrounded by all types of people in this walk who want that. It's really been something where we've elevated that, where, especially with our people, man, we suffer from the most type of metabolic diseases and conditions. Those are things dealing with the heart, the blood, fat, things like that. And most of it's driven by our lifestyle. The alcohol, the excess of calories. Types of foods play a role, certainly, but it's not as high on the list as we seemingly think. And our lack of movement, our lack of conviction for those things, and the acceptance of that type of stuff. Oh, we just built this way. Oh, we just big boned it.
Right.
Oh, we just thick and this and that.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? You could have that. You're right. We are built different, but you could have that same build, but lean and mean.
Come on,
mighty machine.
Fit, right? Fit, and it would look better. Look at who mostly wins the Olympias, and those guys are freaks, and they take a bunch of steroids. But guess what? You could take a bunch of steroids and not have the genetics for it, and you won't do nothing. It's a lot of Southern Kingdom that be there. That's that Judah. That's the Judah genetics.
Yep, Judah strength. Yep.
They got that's the way the muscle bellies look and all that stuff like that. They have that aesthetic look. Our women in general in Israel as well have a certain look, but we justify ourselves by well I'm thick.
Accept me for who I am.
I'm thick. You know what else is thick? A milkshake.
Right.
Is that what you look like? I'm thick. Yeah, a milkshake is thick. Is that what you look like?
What the hell is this? Soft.
You can have a chuleta of carne asada, and that's lean, right?
It depends.
That's thick.
It depends.
It depends if it's
like
ribeye or something else,
You
right?
get 90-10,
90-10, 90-10,
95-5.
95-5. But my point is there's a difference in how it appears, right? Yeah, this is what you say when you say you're big bone. You got to stop telling yourself that stuff. You need to be. And so when people who support you is not people that's going to rub your back, they're going to tell you the hard truths that you need to hear. Right. And the reason you don't like to hear them is because you want to stay in your excuses. Yep. It's the same way when we correct somebody in sin. We tell them they have a spirit on them or whatever it is, and they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. It's the same thing. Yeah, I'm just big bone like this. You telling me your bones look like that? No. There's nobody's skeleton. I've never seen a skeleton that
ever.
That's wild.
Ever.
I think then we'd look like I don't know, the Vikings or something.
Right. Yeah. Right. So listen, and I'm not saying that the fitness is the commandment, but let's read Proverbs 6:23. Remember, I'm trying to show you the parallels of the things that keep you there is the same things that in spirit you can apply to things physically. Proverbs 6:23.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
Right. So we have the laws that tells us this is what I need to gravitate to. This is the light, right? That you water the seed, you plant the seed, it needs the sunlight. The commandments is that. The same equivalent to that would be in your fitness is the rules that we know. Calorie deficit, high protein, exercise,
water,
the pillars,
sleep.
water, sleep, all those things together, right? That's the fitness commandments, right? So the same way the commandments light is a lamp that guides us so that we stay on goal.
Right.
The same thing you have to stay on in your fitness goal is stop trying to tweak things. Stop changing your workout all the time. Stop changing your diet all the time. Stick with something. I've told you before, some of you might find my workout boring because it's literally the same thing. Once in a while, I'll switch out which machine or which exercise.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But I don't need a different, I've been using the same program, right? And mind you, I'm in a cutting phase. Some people are, you're not real big. Well, I don't really want to get real big. My goal is more like some of the guys that we show there.
Lean,
lean,
physique,
moderately, decent
aesthetic.
size, right?
Agreed.
That sort of thing, Not like I'm going to be running around showing it off like that anyway. It's for my wife to see mostly.
right.
And myself when I wake up in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I come out the shower. So my point is when you stay in the light, growth becomes natural. Same way in this walk, same thing when you're working out. So the hard part, patience.
Right. That part.
Patience. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
This is where most people fall off. They lose patience. They lose patience. Then you go back to your big grande Starbucks, venti, frappuccino, and your blueberry muffin, and you say that's all I ate all day, but that was 2,000 calories by itself. Right? They don't see the change fast enough, so they stop showing up. You don't see change fast enough, so you stop showing up. That's what winds up happening, right? But listen, the process doesn't change. You can't rush it in the gym, and you can't rush it in repentance either. Don't the scripture say wait on your ministry, right?
Does.
So the same way and even in this walk, what are we waiting for? The promises to be fulfilled. That's how we move along, right? Every goal worth having requires patience.
Mm-hmm.
You can't rush it in the gym, and you can't rush it in repentance. Whether it's trimming the flesh or purging the old man. Whether it's trimming the flesh or purging the old man,
That's
right?
real.
So, trust the roots. You trust the Most High. What do? You trust the plan, you trust your effort, and ultimately you trust the Most High who gives the increase. The same way in the spirit you trust in God, the same way you move in your fitness goals. Galatians 6 and 9.
Yeah.
The book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 9. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
Right. So everybody's obsessed with fast fat loss and fast weight loss, right? I was talking with Deacon Malachi. I said, look, it took me about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, but I lost 40 pounds. I didn't even think I had 40 pounds to lose, but I lost 40 pounds. He said, 2 years? That's horrible. You should have lost that in 3 months. I said, all right, Deke, shalom. I don't argue with people over stuff like that. But my point was, I understand where he was coming from and what he was saying. It was that we have this mentality that, right, Biggest Loser, rapid, right? We got to do everything fast, right? Everything's quick, and we got to do everything fast, right? So you gotta be able to trust that process and move that way, right? If today feels slow, you're wondering, why don't I see the results yet? Remember, the roots are working even when you can't see them. You already planted the seed. Now we keep watering, we keep showing up, just like we keep the commandments every day, right? Remember how it says in Hebrews 11 that they didn't receive the promises, but they were persuaded of them, right?
Seen them afar off.
Right, they saw them afar off. It's there. You can do it, right? Because the plan and the process stays the same, whether it's your health, whether it's your household, whether it's your holiness and your repentance and keeping the commandments. You got something you want to bring up?
Yeah, can we bring out James 1 and verse 4, please? This is in regards to the patience, because as we go through the journey and we don't see the results right away, like Deacon was mentioning, that's when we revert back to the things that were causing us to be deficit in whatever it is, life, fitness, whatever. Watch what it says here.
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work.
Let patience have her perfect work, because there's a reason for the patience, because it tries you and it shows you that you got to have faith in whatever experience that you're going through, whatever procedure or whatever process. That's the word I wanted, whatever process. Because look at verse 3.
Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith.
So even in regards to fitness, the trying of your faith will be, okay, dang, it's 10 o'clock at night. I had 1,800 calories. I'm hungry as hell.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep is you letting patience have a perfect work and making sure you staying in discipline.
I've done that sometimes, man, and I'm just like, man,
go to sleep.
I said, this hungry's crazy right now. I said, if I stay up, I'm going to binge out.
Can't stand in your sleep.
You know, I'll have
That's
other,
what I do as
I'll
well.
have
I go to
other
sleep.
methods. Like I'll have like carbonated drinks fill me up. So I'll do like seltzer water or like a
I did the
sugar-free
same
drink.
thing. Yep.
Especially if it's a sweet
Carbonated.
craving. So I'll do like a Coke Zero, and like it'll kind of fill me up or something like that.
Right.
You know, but if I'm done and even that's not working, I just gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then once you wake up, you don't even feel the hunger no more. It's gone.
Yep.
It's hard to
Just
stand
go to
in your
sleep.
sleep.
That's it. Just go. Finish verse 4.
Verse 4, but let patience have her perfect work.
So you got to let that patience rock. Go ahead.
That ye may be perfect and entire.
So that you can reach your goals, be perfect and entire. Watch this.
Wanting nothing.
And through all that process, you learned experience, you learned to have more faith, and then you reached your results. You reached your goals, right? It's easier said than done, but we got to have patience.
But that's why you just got to focus on the process, because you can't rush the timeline of the goal. It's going to be what it's going to be, right? So listen. Don't despise small beginnings. What feels invisible today will become undeniable tomorrow, right? Stay patient, stay faithful, and work the plan. The plan works if you work the plan, all right? So remember to stay on target with that stuff, all right? Stay on target with that stuff. Now, somebody had a question here. Hold on. She mentioned something about a drink.
Manjaro drink.
Manjaro drink. I don't know. Let's look that up. I will say this in general. I know Manjaro.
Yeah.
Manjaro. Monjauro. I haven't heard of that.
MON.
But I'll tell you this in general.
JAE.
I'll tell you this in general. Without having done too much research into that, let me see what it says. No, go back to the AI breakdown. I don't need to see a picture. It combines lemon, ginger, honey, and apple cider vinegar. While each ingredient has some scientific backing for metabolic, digestive, and immune, there's no evidence that drink can deliver prescription level. Oh, so people are trying to say if you drink that, you lose weight.
I was about to say, those sound like all the ingredients that people drink that are those rapid fat loss drink things.
Right.
Like a laxative type of thing.
I'll tell you what. That 1,000% will work if that's all you drink.
Right.
Damn.
And that's all you eat.
The best diet is the one that you stick to.
You'll lose all kinds of weight. You'll be flabby and skinny and no muscle tone or definition and basically look like a deflated version of your bigger self.
Yeah.
Damn.
It'll work.
True.
Fix it.
Here's the thing. We got to stop thinking in terms of this. The plan is what I laid out. It's a long, drawn-out process. And if you do it faster, then great. That's an outlier. When you start this, you got to commit to realistic, right? And most people tell you fat loss. If you're very heavy, I would say conservatively, you could say 3 pounds a week, right? What's that? 12 pounds a month?
Yeah.
Right? So, if you got 100 pounds to
take you
lose,
heavier.
it could take you a good year
Right.
to do it right.
That's realistic.
That's
With
And
patience.
guess what? You're going to minimize the stretched skin.
Right.
You're going to have a better shape for it.
Right.
Right? And it's going to be more fat loss than anything else. All right?
So if you're at 300 pounds, you can get to 200 in a year.
Right. Now, you can. Now, I'll say, and that's why I got mad at brothers that are here that are
Right.
red, because a year has gone by since they made a commitment, and they're literally basically the same weight range.
Some got up.
Some even went up more.
Yeah.
Some even went up more. Go back to the drink. You're messing me up. I don't want to show a 300-pound fat guy. We got enough of them around us. I don't need to put a picture up.
damn it.
Now, I will say this. Things like lemon, ginger, honey, apple cider vinegar, they do have small health benefits if you consume them consistently, but it's not going to somehow make
general.
you lose fat,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Just
Like, that's
lean
in
on
general. Those are good things that you should add to your meals on the regular in teas or food or whatever it is, right? Because there's micronutrients that are good for those type of things. But we're talking about the bigger picture, right? Time and again, it's been proven, all right? It's not so much the types of food you eat as much as how much of it you eat.
Calories.
The types come into play when you want a certain body composition and you want certain health benefits as far as getting your vitamins and minerals and other nutrition that you need in it, right? You can clearly overeat all types of healthy food. It's harder.
Anything.
It's harder to overeat grilled chicken and rice
Facts.
Right.
and broccoli.
Facts.
Like, it's hard.
You'd have to try.
overeat it.
Yeah.
Like, you really gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about that? Then are you really hungry?
Damn.
Nah.
Say it
But
again.
I was unsatiated because I felt this earlier in the week. I ate a fat meal, but I was still hungry later in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but if the thing is, it's all about calorie density is the point, right? So we're talking about Five Guys and things like that, and that's, or even like a Starbucks drink, right? Some of your favorite drinks are like 500-600 calories.
Right. Facts.
That's a meal that you just had in a drink, and you're not even getting all the benefits of a meal. You know,
starving in the next.
you gonna say
Macros ain't
something?
good.
You know, since he has to hold the mic, like I'm feeling like he's been wanting to say something all show, and he doesn't have his bell.
We gotta put one on the table.
No, sir.
So I feel like he wants to say something.
No, we good.
Uh-oh.
There's the bell.
We
There's the
good
bell.
right now.
Right. But yeah, y'all just gotta follow this plan and follow this program, you
That's
know,
it.
and you'll be all right. And it's basic stuff. It's basic stuff, you know. So we're gonna try to step it up for the brothers here because, you know, like I said, brothers get defensive because they want, even sisters, they want to do their own plan. Nah, I don't need the help.
Yep.
Nah,
I mean, look at
you need the
Jeremiah.
help.
Right.
Look at Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, he made a little progress, and then we started getting on him.
Right.
And then he was posting stuff, and then we were starting to see through it, and like, there's no way
It
that
makes
you're working
sense.
out like that, and there's no way that
Right.
this is what you're eating, and that's enough.
Yep.
And he listened to counsel.
Instead
The
of
soldier
pull-
Jeremiah,
He didn't pull away.
he didn't pull away. The brother, I gotta give it to him, bro. That brother, he got a humble spirit when it comes to that stuff,
Get it
right?
before and after
Yeah,
picture.
bro. I think in general, we've never had him buck up with anything we've had to correct him with, right?
Yes, sir.
I gotta give.
If
Right.
you don't do it, who's
Hey,
gonna do it?
He
Bro,
just smile.
and that's a big brother. Like you would think, he'd be like, yo, ooh, chip on his shoulder type of thing. Not.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, he's green now, right?
Green.
Yeah. All praises,
Green.
congratulations.
Yes.
And he was like what, in
I
the
get him
40s?
before and
body
after.
fat?
He said he was.
He
at
was
30,
38.
30, yeah, 38.
38. So he was 38,
Yes.
and he got down to the new standard, right?
Of
The new standard,
24.
24. Now he's 23 something.
Yeah.
And that brother
Bruh.
has a humble spirit as far as correction, right? And he didn't pull away when we got on him. Didn't you call him? Or somebody Obi called him.
Yeah, Obadiah.
Obi called him and said, bro, I'm going to set you up on the calories. Look, this is what you got to do. You got to make sure that you're eating the protein and this and that. And the brother kept posting his status, posting his workouts, posting his... Even when we clowned him for his workouts, right?
Yeah.
We call him 2020 guy.
10,000 push-ups.
Right. He was like, no, this, that, and the other. And the brother stayed the course, bro. And he looked different, bro. He looked different.
Looking tough.
Hey, and my wife says she told him like he looked skinny the other day or whatever. He was like, really? Oh, thank you, sis. Or whatever. And I don't know if he said something like, I don't know. My wife said, what? Nobody tells you? And he was, I don't know if he agreed or whatever. I said, that's bullshit. We tell him all the time.
Right.
I said, he just like that a
like
woman
hearing
tell him.
it.
He
Yeah.
like that
Say
a
it
woman
again.
tell him that it's not the same. But what did he do? He took our counsel.
Yep.
And he started tracking calories and he kept his protein high, right? And I think he can still keep pushing. I think that he should not stop.
Yeah.
Because he'll be a nice, intimidating presence at camp.
Yeah, we need him for
that's
front post.
actually functional.
Right.
Because you got some big brothers
Damn.
that run out of breath, can't trip over their feet. They got bad knees and everything. Bro, look at DOA camp. Brothers was
Done.
falling like dominoes all over the place. It was
Taking
hot.
showers?
Granted, it was hot. It was like 100
This
degrees.
is
It was like
Phoenix.
101.
This is
It was like
Phoenix.
101 degrees on David told me when we were doing camp. But still, man, I was fine. I didn't even.
Right.
I wasn't pouring no water on myself
Speak
or
the
nothing.
truth.
No,
You know what I'm
taking
saying?
showers
And I taught for like an hour and change.
Astro was in the background.
I
Pouring
know.
water.
We got him in the camp video, right? Pouring water on himself.
He said,
But did I
wasn't-
break the law, though?
A little sus. It looked a little sus because you were doing this.
Hey, someone said eat 50 burritos a day and you lose it. Guess what? If those 50 burritos keeps you under your calories,
Right.
you can eat 50 burritos a day and lose it.
They're missing the point.
Come on.
Right. No, he said it as a joke. He said it as a
Okay.
joke. He said it as a joke. But you can. You can eat 50 burritos a day if that's your if it's below your maintenance calories and
Yep.
you lose weight and you'll lose weight.
But yeah,
lose weight.
that's what Jeremiah did. He started counting his calories. He started posting it on the fitness channel. Next thing you know, the brother was just dropping weekly.
Yeah.
And he posted consistently.
Yeah,
He
you
was
know
working
what?
out as well, though. He was doing a lot. He was
Right,
doing weight
right.
training.
Oh, put it up. He said, did I break the law?
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
Abstain
I
from
said you got
all
a spirit on
appearances
you.
of evil.
Stop. Wait, don't show it yet. It's 101 degrees.
David told me.
We get over 300 days of sun, no clouds out here
Right,
in
right.
Phoenix.
Right.
There was no clouds out here in Phoenix that day, all right?
Done.
There was fentanyl and meth heads
shoot.
all around
Apologists.
us.
Right.
Apologists, everything, right? It was hot. We was fasting,
Come
right? Look. Officer Tobias is reading hard and strong. I'm teaching, and just don't look at us though. Look over there at Minnie.
Behind the speaker.
Look behind the speaker. Look behind the speaker. Look behind the speaker.
Look at my man.
Suspect.
Taking a shower.
It's focused only in the mouth area.
Bro, that was
I
all on the
understand if it was on the head. He put it right in the mouth area. Like,
I'm still going. I'm
Yo,
still going. It's fine.
wow.
It's
Damn.
fine.
Bro,
It's fine.
talk about playing with fire, bro. Like,
Yeah.
F my fast.
He said, but did I break the law though?
I was on the outside of camp watching all you niggas before he came.
He said, yeah, I was watching all you niggas.
Focus on
Thirsty
the
as hell, and I was drinking water.
lips. Focus on the lips.
Yo, it was,
Romaine said, hey.
he was laughing so hard too.
Look his face. Oh my goodness.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, man.
You know what? But the other camp gave up first.
Oh,
You remember
God,
that?
it's not a competition. Man.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
It's
Look
not a
at how-
competition.
Deflection.
Bro,
It's not
you
a
were taking a
competition.
shower
It's
on
not a
27th
competition.
Avenue and Indian
Oh,
School.
goodness. Yo, that was funny. That was hilarious. He was showering right there.
Yep.
Literally.
Goodness. You see, what you should have said is I was trying to give an example to the homeless fentanyl heads. That was there. That was just damn, I didn't even realize that you was putting it all by your face and your mouth.
His mouth, just like right there.
Hey, I'll tell you, I knew a brother one time that he wanted to not break his fast so bad he wouldn't shower because he said he has a habit of putting water in his mouth in the shower.
That's wild.
No, it wasn't honorable. He stunk all the time. We told him, bro, you're being ridiculous. Take a freaking shower.
So that's when he used the scriptures to be stinky.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Hey, so we're going to switch gears. We're going into the next segment. All right, we're going into the next segment. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit. I'm a little late on it, right? Then I don't know if I should start with the Columbus thing. I want to talk about the ICE raids and what was happening in Chicago. And I don't know if I put video and stuff like that. A lot of the videos that I posted were from Chicago. And there was some craziness going on, right?
Some just happened in North Phoenix with ICE, too.
Let me start with the Columbus Day thing first. Because I was supposed to do the show that week. And then I don't know if it was me or something else that happened. I don't know. It might have been me. Nope, not that. It's the article about Trump and they signed Columbus Day. They did away with Indigenous Peoples Day.
Damn.
You had it up. It was up there in the background before. Yes. Right. Put that. Yep, that's the one. Just so you can see how these people roll. So I don't know, maybe you caught this, maybe y'all didn't, right? There's been a big push in like the last 20 years to talk about Columbus Day in a different light, right? And we're going to show the video about what Columbus really did. Oh, you can't do it?
Yeah, they turning off the ad blocker because it's on that new one that we got.
Oh, so just allow ads. Why not? If that's what it takes for us to see it. Anyway, so there's been a big push to make it Indigenous Peoples Day because Columbus was a murdering rapist, right? Who came here with the intent to rape and enslave and rob the resources of this land.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people that are upset that we changed it, right? That it was changed to Indigenous Peoples Day. Trump being one of them and his constituents. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people were he signed it and he was like, Italians, we're back. He was like, Italians, we're back after he signed it. So he made a proclamation that Columbus Day would be back. But let's look at this article.
Cabinet spontaneously applauds as Trump signs Columbus Day proclamation. We're back, Italians.
Okay. President Trump also honored.
President Trump also honored Viking explorer Leif Erikson.
Right. Go ahead. So scroll down. So this was them, and they would hold there in the office. Right. Let's read the article.
President Donald Trump's cabinet and others at the White House broke out into applause Thursday afternoon when Trump signed a proclamation honoring Italian explorer Christopher Columbus. Today we have your Columbus Day proclamation for Monday, which we're signing a bit early. White House Staff Secretary Will Scharf told Trump Thursday ahead of the monthly cabinet meeting. Columbus, obviously, discovered the New World.
No, obviously it was not a discovery. Right? That's it.
That's wild.
That's like if I roll up into Trump's what do you call it, Mar-a-Lago? Be like, oh, I discovered this. I had never been there. My first time I go there and I say, oh, this is mine.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I live here now.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Come on.
He was a great Italian explorer. He sailed his 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinto, and Santa Maria, across the Atlantic Ocean and landed in what's today the Caribbean. And this is particularly important holiday for Italian Americans who celebrate the legacy of Christopher Columbus.
His legacy is of enslavement and destruction and genocide. Go ahead, come on.
And the innovation and explorer zeal that he represented.
Goodness gracious. Go ahead.
Applause was heard breaking out in the room as Trump added, in other words, we're calling it Columbus Day. Trump continued in his remarks Thursday saying, we're back, Italians, as applause continued. That was the press that broke out in applause. Trump quipped of the warm reception to the proclamation. I've never seen that happen. The press actually broke out in applause. Good. Columbus Day, we're back. Columbus Day, we're back. Italians. We love the Italians.
Go ahead, come on.
Columbus Day has been a federal holiday since 1971.
So it's relatively new, right? Go ahead, come on.
Following decades of the Italian-American community already celebrating the explorer and previous presidents recognizing the holiday with their own proclamations. Activists in recent years, however, have worked to dissociate the day from Columbus and claiming it celebrates colonialism and genocide of indigenous people.
It absolutely does. Go ahead.
In favor of celebrating Native Americans. Activists also have worked to remove Columbus statues from cities, including toppling such statues during the riots of 2020. Former Vice President Kamala Harris was among political leaders who favored celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day instead of Columbus Day, and called on Americans in 2021 to not shy away from its shameful past of European explorers.
Now, I thought I had sent a video where he did it and you heard everybody clapping and stuff like that. I didn't send that? It was only the article? I thought I had sent the video. It's all right. There was a video out there of it. So my point is, you see they breaking out in applause for this.
Right.
You know, they talk about this whole unified one country and everything like that, but they don't want to acknowledge the atrocities. Some of them are extremely proud of it. Oh, right. Is the video right in there where he does it? Okay, look at it. You gotta put the volume though.
Discovered the coast of Newfoundland over a millennium ago. This is a hugely
Play from the
important
beginning.
holiday.
Make sure the volume's up. Play from the beginning.
Mijo, what's up, bro? Charlie. Do Italians celebrate Columbus Day big in the East Coast? Is that like a big thing?
Yeah, Little Italy and stuff like that is a big deal for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I was gonna play an ad.
Now we gotta wait for the ad because his finger slipped. All right. What was it?
Leif Erikson Day. Leif Erikson was a famous Viking explorer who discovered the coast of Newfoundland over a millennium ago. This is a hugely important holiday, particularly to Scandinavian Americans who celebrate his legacy as a great explorer, as a devout Christian, and really just a fascinating individual in the history of our continent.
Sweden and various other countries. We have a lot of people from Sweden, a lot of Scandinavians. This is very important for Scandinavians, and it's a great honor. Okay, and now you have another one that's,
this is like
I think, very non-controversial, frankly, but some people would say it's controversial. Go ahead.
This is like Explorer Day for you, sir. Today we have your Columbus Day proclamation for Monday, which we're signing a bit early. Christopher Columbus obviously discovered the New World in 1492. He was a great Italian explorer. He sailed his 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, across the Atlantic Ocean and landed in what's today the Caribbean. But this is a particularly important holiday for Italian Americans who celebrate the legacy of Christopher Columbus and the innovation and explorer zeal that he represented.
In other words, we're calling it Columbus Day.
Yes.
Marco Rubio's
That was the press that broke out in applause. Can you believe that? I've never seen that happen before. The press actually broke out in applause. Good. Columbus Day. We're back. Columbus Day, we're back, Italians. We love the Italians. Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much.
Have a good
Hey, you want to say something? Good. You could bring something out. I'm going to step away for a second.
Yes. Give me Isaiah 26 and verse 5, please. So when I think about Donald Trump and all his followers, and even the coon, Marco Rubio, by the way, that was right to his left, our left, this is how they think, and this is why the Lord has to return. This is why we have to be built as the sons of God, keeping the commandments of God, the faith in Christ, because this is what has to go down. Read verse 5, please.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 5. For he bringeth down them that dwell on high.
The them that dwell on high is making reference to predominantly Edom, the so-called Caucasians today, President Trump today, and all his followers, all his people. He says he bringing down them that dwell on high. Go ahead.
The lofty city.
What is it?
The lofty city.
America, the United States of America, is that lofty city, Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
He layeth it low.
The Bible says he gonna lay it low because this is the way that they think. They think high and mighty. They think lofty. They dwell on high. This is how they perceive themselves. Go ahead.
He layeth it low, even to the ground.
Even to the ground. Why? That's like what's the scripture in Obadiah? Well, and the book of Malachi talks about Edom. He says they're gonna build, but I'm a what? I'm gonna throw down. Watch this. Go ahead.
He layeth it low, even to the ground.
Come on.
He bringeth it even to the dust.
This is what the Lord's gonna do. Verse 6.
The foot shall tread it down.
It says the foot gonna tread it down. So don't worry. I know y'all seeing this. Everybody's mad. Everybody in the comments like they ain't gonna talk about the Native Americans like this. They're not gonna talk about Columbus like this. Talking about he discovered the Americas and all that. That's foolery. But watch what the Lord said. He says the foot gonna tread it down. Go ahead.
Even the feet of the poor.
Of the what?
Of the poor.
Who's the poor? That's us. The Bible says we gonna tread them down. Even the foot of the poor. Go ahead.
And the steps of the needy.
Now let's talk about that strong city. Verse 1.
Verse 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah.
In the land of Judah. Watch this.
We have a strong city.
The hell with America, Babylon the Great. The Bible says what again?
We have a strong city.
We have Jerusalem. We have a strong city. So no matter what they think about Christopher Columbus and that he discovered this, that, and the third, we know that we have a strong city. Finish it off, please.
Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks.
So that high and lofty city is going to be brought down by the feet of the poor and the steps of the needy. Yo, because the audacity for Donald Trump to think the way that he thinks.
That's crazy.
Everybody knows that Christopher Columbus did not discover the Americas. Right. Everybody knows that. Donald Trump knows that. Right. But because he's so prideful, he's going to go ahead and lie to himself and everybody else that he discovered America.
Can we grab Nahum 3:1? Because what you said is heavy. When you look at it, everybody knows the lies that are being told. Even the people a part of his staff, his former, what was it? Kamala Harris, his vice president at one point, right? She even said, we know what this day represents.
Yeah.
So them trying to mask it in lies, I mean, they're even saying it's lies.
Right.
Right? Read that real quick.
You said Nahum 3:1?
3:1.
Book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city.
So that's why the Bible says, woe to the bloody city, that lofty city, that city that's been set on high, right? Babylon the Great. Read.
It is all full of lies.
It is full of lies. Anywhere you turn, you're going to find a lie that they've told because this man is the father of lies. Read.
And robbery. The prey departeth not.
And they robbed, stole, pillaged this land. They didn't just get this land because it was given to them. They stole the land. It is full of lies and robbery. And we are the prey for a time. We have been that prey.
Hey, read verse 2.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip.
This is what they did when Christopher Columbus came. They heard what?
The noise of a whip.
Watch this.
The noise of the rattling of the wheel.
This is Esau when he came to carnage our land. Go ahead.
And of the prancing horses.
Wow.
And of the jumping chariot.
Wow. So when they came with their horses and their swords and all that, their muskets, they took our land.
And all I thought of was the gold rush with that, because they came across all of America from one point to another to rob, rape, and pillage everything that was here for resources.
What is it? Manifest Destiny?
Yeah, there's I've spoken about it before. There's a great series that they did years back. I actually think I got it on DVD. It's called Into the West, and it follows like some Indian families, some Edomite families, but it basically shows like their whole thing of how they expanded into the West. And I've spoken about it before. You know how a lot of times we skip through intros of shows, but like producers have started to make them where there's details in the beginning for you to miss.
Right.
Like Game of Thrones, if you notice, like the map would change over the years and stuff like that as the show progressed. And Into the West, they showed the map of the U.S. and it covers the time from when they got here to when they expanded into the West. And you saw the map and how they mapped it with all the Indian territories and how they expanded. The Indian territories became less and less. Where at the end they were all pushed into Oklahoma. Oklahoma before it was a state was the last place. That's where the Trail of Tears led.
Right.
Oklahoma was the last state that they. So first of all, they had the whole United States.
Yeah.
Native Americans.
Yep.
And then as the Manifest Destiny drove them, you saw them wind up in Oklahoma, and then even at the end, they took Oklahoma from them too.
Hey, Deke, you did a show where you showed an interactive map.
Yeah,
that video somewhere in the chat.
I remember that, and it shows how it went through. But if you have the time, look it up. Into the West was years ago now. Excellent series that goes into it. Now they kind of try to pull at your heartstrings a little bit, and they show you some of the Edomite families and how they weren't part of it or whatever. But it shows you how they got Gad hooked on alcohol, how they played them, how the Mexicans in the beginning when Edom first got there, they used to kill them on sight because they see what they did to Gad, and it shows they basically how they robbed Texas. All of it is real. It's real interesting. It's Into the West. Yeah. I forgot how many episodes it is. When did it come out? What year?
It says 1 season, 2005.
Wow, that long ago, huh?
6 episodes.
That long ago. Very good. Very good. It's only 6 episodes. They're long. I think they're like an hour each, right?
It's on Netflix.
I don't know. Where does it say is it on? It usually tells you here. Hold on. Scroll. It usually tells you.
IMDb?
It tells you like if you want to watch it, where you can watch. It doesn't say.
Yeah, I might have to look that up.
Prime Video. Go back up. I think I saw it right there.
Amazon Prime?
Video.
Yeah,
Actually,
maybe on Prime.
There you go.
Into the West. You'll find it.
Yeah, I'm about to
IMDb
check
will
that
tell
out.
you too. Into the West. It was a miniseries. Really good.
Hey,
Excellent.
D be putting us on the movies, fam.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that one was good.
IMDb
That was
and
great.
Prime Video. Prime.
Yep. But that Manifest Destiny stuff is heavy. If I ever sit down, all it is a bunch of thoughts right now, and actually do it. I've been saying that I want to try to get a slot to do one of the marathons because I want to go into the. I want to go into the. It'll be covered when on the same vein where I go over the Americanism and the Hellenism.
Right.
Because in that I want to go into the Manifest Destiny, and in that I want to go into the. The snake, don't tread on me, and the origins of that. We did a show on that. We did a show on that some years back. We did a Manifest Destiny show. We did a show on that. This was through the evolution before you guys. We had done a show on it. But I would like to do it because I think it all goes under that whole Americanism ideology type of thing. Yeah, we had went over that.
Tread on me, that was heavy.
Yeah, we went over that and everything.
I posted the
We
map.
had to take that one down, though. I think.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had to take a lot of good classes down.
A lot of good stuff.
Because people that's not with us no more. So.
Dang. Yeah, 'cause I don't remember this.
Yeah.
That was
No?
before me.
Yeah.
This was,
I think it was before you.
What's his name?
So you got-
Franklin? You went over that. He's the one. Go back to the Don't Tread on Me.
Yeah.
He's
Ben Franklin,
Yeah, Ben Franklin. He's the one that did this, and there's a whole poem from the class that we went over. He did a whole poem on how he was mesmerized by the snake.
Yeah.
And that's why he chose
And then
the
I was
snake.
just tying that into how the scripture calls them serpents and stuff like that, and why they chose that for that. So when you see somebody with that, they basically they have an affinity towards the snake, serpents and stuff like that.
Hey, I posted the map. I posted the map on the.
You gonna try to get the
Power.
Christmas slot, Lord's willing?
That's still the plan.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
and
good.
just a reminder, you're supposed to do the Hosea breakdown too. You're talking about getting the Northern Kingdom captains together, and yeah, man.
Show the
Oh, that was something else. Yeah. With the captains and stuff.
Oh, that's right. So that's the interactive map. So it shows you. There's no way to stop it though, right?
No, sir.
All right. So if you just wait till it like resets, you'll see how it started, and it basically just shows you how
Blue is Indian
Blue is
reservations.
Indian.
Wow.
And then this is how boom boom as it became the states, and they took all of that, and this is what they wound up. They wound up with nothing.
And when you look at the Manifest Destiny
So
image,
so blue was Indian homelands, and then the brown became reservations.
Right.
So look at how it happened. Look, reservations starting to pop up. Look, and then at the end, look at what's left as far as reservations. Hardly nothing.
That's wild.
They had the whole country, and that's what we're celebrating.
Crazy work.
Move back and tell me.
Son, bitch, you knew I was a snake, Bishop Yawasop. That's right. Hey, so on that same vein with the Columbus thing, I don't know if y'all seen. Did y'all watch the ICE raids in Chicago? The news haven't been reporting on it. You missed it, bro. is wild. They was even taking Judah.
Bro,
Yeah. No, I heard that. I
They
just
surrounded
said
a
that.
Judite building with a helicopter.
Bro,
and all
they
that.
was arresting and detaining Jewish. I mean, obviously they didn't wind up deporting them, but they detained them for days at a time, right? For
That
days
was
at a time.
the apartment
right?
complex?
No, go. So first start with the little clip. That the little it's the words. Oh no, wait, we didn't finish that Columbus Day words. Wait a second. Damn, I moved to the ice. We didn't finish Columbus Day. Go ahead. Go. Today we honor Columbus. It says today we honor Columbus. That one, right? And then the video. Right. So here's Matt Walsh, where
this guy.
once or twice I featured some stuff he had to say about women and feminism.
Yep.
This freaking guy, bro. He gotta say he not racist. He racist as hell. But go ahead, come on.
Matt Walsh. Today we honor Christopher Columbus and all of the European pioneers who came in his footsteps to claim this land for Christ.
That's the manifest destiny. He says they came to claim this land for Christ. Go ahead, come on. And you know what? They're not wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Because Christ is the anointed one.
Yep.
And they see themselves as the anointed one.
Right.
So when he says they claim their name for Christ, they talking about themselves. Right? Remember it says they see themselves as God?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We celebrate the conquest of civilization over Stone Age savagery.
Come on.
And we recommit ourselves to defend civilization against the forces of chaos and barbarianism.
Barbarism
that threaten it today.
Wow.
Happy Columbus Day.
And this is dog whistles to the max. If you don't know what a dog whistle is, right? It's a whistle that you'll blow it, but humans can't hear it.
Right.
Because it's at a pitch that only dogs can hear. Why did you move it? I'm still looking at it, and I'm still using it.
Hey, you know they do that with snakes, right? The snake charmer?
Yes.
They got the same
Yes,
type
but
of
they
whistle.
say it's not the ears, it's the movement. Like the snakes don't hear like that, I think. That's not the music. But anyway, he says we celebrate so first he says they're European pioneers. We just read how the White House said Columbus discovered America.
Right.
He says we celebrate the conquest.
Right.
He has the caucasity
Yes.
to say we celebrate the conquest of civilization over Stone Age savagery.
He just insults her right there.
He just called all the indigenous people Stone Age savagery, as if we were the cavemen and they aren't.
Right.
He says, and we recommit ourselves. He letting you know their whole agenda to defend civilization means the white man.
Right.
All right? I want you to understand that when you read this. Stone Age savagery and forces of chaos and barbarism represent Israel. All right? Go ahead. So we celebrate the conquest of civilization over Stone Age savagery, and we recommit ourselves to defend civilization against the forces of chaos and barbarism that threaten it today.
Bro, that's that Malachi
Meaning
1
black and
4.
Latinos.
Crazy, right?
But yet, when you read history, we literally had gold sewn into our clothes.
Yep.
We had civilizations that were.
Bro,
set
I went
up.
over the show where I went over Northern Kingdom, American Holocaust,
Yep.
and we read all those pages about what Europeans discovered when they got here, and it was they were floored.
They burned their own boats
Hernando
to not go
Cortés,
back.
he said,
Yep.
he said, Tenochtitlan is way more advanced than London in years.
Yep. Let me go to the other one. What's the other one we have? Let me see what we got. Go to the files.
Bro, that's that they will build.
Come on, let me see the files. You listening? All right. What's that one next to it? No, not that one. That's the Chicago one. I don't want that yet. Next to the Columbus. All right. We have all this Columbus stuff I didn't go over. Oh, yes. Here we go again. Here we go again. So first, look at Native American Day, right? Let's read the bottom first. This is how you want to read these. Leader John Thune. Go ahead.
Today we celebrate Native American Day. I'm proud to join South Dakotans in honoring the heritage of contributions of the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota people.
The Lakota are mentioned a lot in that series Into the West, by the way. They were one of the prominent ones featured. So now this is his reply that Native American Day was being celebrated. This is the same Matt Walsh where we read about savage barbarism, right? And forces of chaos. Go ahead, come on.
The Native people were living about 5.
Notice he put native with quotations.
Right.
As in, that not even that can they give us.
That's crazy.
And acknowledge that we were here. That makes us native.
Right.
But go ahead, come on.
The Native people were living about 5,000 years behind the Western
That
world.
could not be further from the truth.
That's a Eurocentric mindset.
That is the Eurocentric mindset. You are 1,000% correct. Go ahead, come on.
They did not and could not contribute very much because they hadn't even invented the wheel or written language.
Which is bullshit because you find Hebrew tablets and scrolls, right? The whole thing about the wheel don't make sense either, right? And what's left out conveniently is that the Pilgrims would have never survived if not for the savage 5,000 year behind techniques that they taught the Pilgrims to survive the first winter when they got here. Go ahead, come on.
That's why today is Columbus Day and Native American Day is made up nonsense.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that touches on the show that you did too about the Utex and how the when they taught the Pilgrims and how they basically taught them how to overthrow them. Right.
Yeah.
They didn't know that they were teaching their enemy how to overthrow them.
Right.
Now show me the video from the Jake Brother Humanity Archive. No, not that one.
Oh God, don't play that.
Not that one. The Humanity Archive. I don't even know what that is. I sent that? I don't even know what that is.
No.
Go ahead. Okay, but at least put the sound. I know he has some music and stuff with it, right?
Do I gotta like
Oh, stop. Okay, now read it.
When you realize that a 48-page document on Christopher Columbus dated 1500 surfaced in 2006 accusing him of tyranny, torture, mutilation, parading Native women naked through the streets, and selling them into slavery. Those caught stealing corn had their noses and ears cut off, were shackled, and auctioned as slaves.
All under the curses. Same thing for the knuckleheads that say Northern Kingdom. Oh, you're not Israel, right? And he's saying it's in that book, An Indigenous People's History of the United States. I don't know if I bought that. I might have that. Man, I got to go back to the book project where you guys comb through the books.
Yeah.
Can you remind me when you guys come to my house next month?
Yes, sir.
Right? And then I can dole out some
Oh,
books.
that's right.
But I'm not just going to give them out. I want a list of who's going to be the researchers.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to do like the library. I'll never see those books again. Some of y'all.
Do we get library cards?
Yep. I'm gonna get you. This is gonna be the SIM card when you don't bring it back.
Don't do it.
Go ahead. Was that it? The writing don't change. It was just that. Right. Okay. So that was it. That was it on that. All right. That's the Columbus thing. Now go to the Chicago words. The words with Chicago. So this thing in Chicago was crazy. Right. And I know it was a couple weeks back. I was supposed to do the show a couple weeks back, but I don't want to let this drop because there's been some delays in the actions there, but the stuff is going. Well, they're detaining citizens, and let me tell you something. My brothers and sisters, even if you have your citizenship, like you were naturalized, but you look. I'm like this includes my wife. All right. If they can detain you for 2 or 3 days, even as a citizen, if they accuse you of, because a license is not enough, they're gonna say that's not citizenship paperwork. I would highly recommend you either start carrying your passport or or get a passport card and keep it with you. If you look very prototypical Latino, you have an accent, all right, whatever it is, I would keep that with you because they're not listening to anything.
Right.
They're pulling up in mask, right? I don't know if I have some of those videos that I sent where they're pulling up in mask. They're questioning people. People are telling them they're citizens. They're legitimate citizens, and they're not taking it at that. Right?
It's like it's intentionally trying to cause civil unrest.
Right. Look. So here's the crazy thing. The law doesn't require that citizens carry citizenship papers.
Right.
But because of that, they're basically detaining people, whether you're a citizen or not. Right. And in Chicago, it got nuts because they were even detaining Judah, like Southern Kingdom. They didn't even care. They didn't even care. Let's read this.
Chicago is pushing back against the use of force by federal agents. An attorney for Miramar Martinez, whom immigration agents wounded on Saturday, told a court that body cam footage shows an agent ramming her car, saying, "Do something, bitch," and then pulling over and firing. This contradicts a criminal complaint against Miss Martinez, which claims that an agent opened fire after she tried to run him down.
Now, let me tell you something. If not for any type of body cam or even the public filming or even sometimes those cars have cameras, they would have took the police side.
Yep.
They would have took ISIS side and said that she was the one that was the instigator.
Right.
Go ahead, come on.
Separately, a group of journalists and protesters from the Windy City sued the Trump administration, saying federal agencies had used unconstitutional tactics against them.
And let me tell you something. Don't think what this shows us is that years back, Bishop did a class that showed that we were denizens, not citizens.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Can we look up the definition of denizen?
Bring it out.
Denizen, D-E-N.
They forget about this.
I-Z-E-N. The Constitution and these laws apply to you only as much as what the foundation of them are. And what do I mean by that? If you can change the rules of the game in the midst of the game, then there's no weight or validity to that. See, here's where the Bible differs from everything else, right? Get me that in Malachi, is it 4? I change not? I'm going to show you this.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
Right. God says that I was for Israel and I'll always be for Israel. That he's for Israel throughout the Bible. He says this is a judgment for something. That's the judgment for something. There's no black and white.
Right.
If they deem you something and they title you something, let's say they want to call you terrorist, right? Which is going to lead to when we talk about the narco-terrorism, allegedly. That opens up all types of legal pathways for them to do stuff to you, and you don't have your rights, right? This is beyond just the 13th, is it the 13th Amendment? About prison? Yes. Right? This is beyond that. Right, because you could never step foot in a prison, right? Because, you know, obviously if you're a felon, things are different for you when you get out, right? Yep. And that goes into the whole, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the whole school to prison pipeline thing, and this is how they basically take rights away. But it's to the point now where is if they frame you in a certain way and they say that you're something, that's enough for you to be denied certain rights, right? So let's look up denizen, and you can read both of them. You can read both of those definitions.
Denizen. An inhabitant or occupant of a particular place.
All right, that's one. But the one that we want is the historical one. Go ahead, come on.
A foreigner allowed certain rights in the adopted country.
Is there Wikipedia on it? I didn't want definition. I think there's a wiki on it. No, but you put definition, so wiki's not going to show up there. No, that's wiki. Just put denizen. Just put denizen, and it'll show up. Scroll. The wiki should come up if you put denizen. No, because it's stuck on definitions now because of what you did. Go ahead, put wiki. Put Wikipedia. I think there's a listing for it. There we go. No, come on. Which is an inhabitant of a place. Wait. Click the first one, an inhabitant of a place. See what it says. So it falls under domicile law, right? And that first part.
In law and conflict of laws, domicile is relevant to an individual's personal law, which includes the law that governs a person's status and their property. It is independent of a person's nationality.
Right. So here's the general point, because I'm not going to make this the denizen class. We're granted certain rights here, but we were not native-born citizens, a lot of us, right? You could say some of you are now through different things, but this primarily is going to deal with people who got naturalized, right? This is where you come and you go and you take your citizenship and things like that. But it even extends to us as a people in general, because this is how they treat us now. You're given certain rights, but it's to a point until they can classify you as something else, and then they take those rights, right? So everybody was all pro-Trump, even people who were pro-immigration, because he said, I'm only going to get out the criminals, right? Who wouldn't want that? Doesn't that sound feasible?
Right.
Well, if you're here legally, right, and then on top of that, you're raping, robbing, and stealing, you deserve to be incarcerated and go back, right? We understand judgment. The Bible says judgment. We're not going to stick up for people like that. But then what everybody forgot was it's against the law to be here illegally. What does that make you? A criminal. And nobody thought about that. So there's people that put these people in office thinking that, oh, you told us we were going to take out criminals, and now it's semantics. So he's saying, well, you are a criminal because you're here against the laws. You don't have your visa. You don't have this. Even if you're not committing any crimes, your crime was that you're here illegally.
Right.
And that's the mother and the father and the children and the people that are productive. That's your neighbor and you know what I'm saying? All those people that, wait a second, these aren't criminals. And that's just one form of how they change those things around. The other is they'll just designate you something. Like he did with the Venezuelans.
Yeah.
And he said, nope, I'm declaring this act and this thing. So they can wish-wash around, right? Frame the mischief by a law all they want. All they want. And that's what you wind up getting, right? Get that real quick?
I remember you
I had
mentioned
it for
that
later,
too,
but
Deke, in another class when you were mentioning how Esau uses the nuances of the law in their favor to destroy us.
Right. Get that frame mischief by law? I had it for later, but we'll bring it out now.
He said, "Yo voy a votar por Donald Trump."
They show you what the right hand is doing, but not what the left is doing when they make these moves. You see one thing on TV, but it's a whole other thing, behind the scenes.
94:20, you got it?
Yep, I got it.
That's it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20.
20 and 21.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Right, so we're looking at that, and the throne of iniquity is dealing with all Edom, and principally starting with what's known as the United States of America, right? Because they sit on that throne. They're the world power that everybody looks to get everything done, right? It says, so the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee. What's it really telling you? That you thought that you had your rights, you thought that you had your constitution and everything else to bring you and protect you. You got to realize that only applies about as much as they allow it to, right? Yeah. Go ahead, come on.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
Right. So the example I gave is the immigration, just that, and that's one. What he did with the Venezuelans, he designated them terrorists. Now all Venezuelans that are here illegally, he can, under that law, just deport you, right? And then that due process, right? Because you're like, oh, I got due process. Even if they arrest me, they can't do nothing to me right away. No due process. Yeah. They had to sue in court to give them 3 days to at least respond when they get detained.
Yeah.
Right? So you see that the way that they move and how they're doing these things, a lot of times we look at that and we say, oh, he framed mischief by law because he justifies himself, he holds himself not guilty and all that other stuff. But their whole system is based on those type of things. Their whole system. You know, up until, I can't remember the exact year, but I think it was Roosevelt was the president. That whole thing that a president can only serve 2 terms came about in the modern era, in the 1900s.
Damn.
Because they never put term limits because they felt that allegedly people would follow examples and follow after that. Historically, as far as presidents go, if you're looking at just domestic policy, Roosevelt wasn't a bad president. That's why he got elected 4 times. Damn. So he served 16, no, he didn't finish. He died like shortly after. So he would have served 16 years. So he served 12 and like a little bit of change, I think. And after that, they said, you know, this kind of nuts. Let's try to amend the Constitution that they can only serve twice. Because people were like, damn, it's my turn. Right? It went from a good place. So it wasn't that Roosevelt was inherently a bad president as far as for the country.
Damn.
Right? But that's what wound up happening. So the point is, They talk all this thing, and that's why you saw these No Kings protests and whatever, but it's all BS. And then people follow after it like if it's a religion. Get that at 1 Maccabees 1, right? And you say the answer is this. The answer is you can't play in their sandbox. Not to say that there aren't some laws that benefit us that you can lean on in certain circumstances, but if push comes to shove, all they got to do is title you as any of the things that'll title you as not being guaranteed to have any of these rights.
That's it.
And you have no rights, you have no recourse. So, for example, if they designate you terrorist, which is pretty easy to say, right?
Yep.
Even if you haven't committed terroristic acts, it's so broad, the definition. Just like the anti-Semitism definition is so broad, right?
Right.
If they designate you any of those things, that's when the problems come.
The definition of anti-Semitism is constantly changing.
Yes.
It's constantly changing.
And that's exactly
And
what
it's
happens
to fit
with
their
that.
narrative.
So that frame mischief by law that we read in Psalm 94 is something different. What did I say to go?
We got Psalms 1 or
Maccabees.
First Maccabees 1 and 41.
Get that, right? Get that. Because I want to show you
people are so passionate about politics, and if you trust the system and you trust the process, the only thing that you can lean on, right? The scripture says we should fear God rather than men.
Right.
Is this scripture? Is these scriptures? Go ahead.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed, according to the commandment of the king.
Come on.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Right. So you have to understand that it's considered a religion, and not in the sense that you think, oh, there's a church building and all this stuff. See, at Lord's will, I do that marathon. I went over this, but it just wasn't enough time. It was too, there's a word I'm looking for. The class that I was trying to do, it was, I don't want to say enterprising. I was just being too optimistic that I could cover it the way I wanted to in 2.5 hours. And I literally only got through a quarter of that class of what I had. So I feel like I can expand on it.
Yeah.
And I started to show that in many ways, America and the way its laws and things are structured is a religion.
Right.
Yes. The White House, the Capitol being the church. That's the main church, right? Just like you have the Vatican, the symbolism and how they revere the founding fathers and how it's how spiritual it is behind that, right? We have the Thanksgiving show coming up. I'm probably going to run it back. I've gone over it before also, but every now and then I like to bring it back. I have a book. My son saw it on my desk because I have it ready to highlight some parts. It says, "Lies My Teacher Told Me." And he goes into different things like the founding fathers and Thanksgiving and how they made these things basically like holy, religious type of holidays, right? And you're reading here in the scriptures how to call something a religion, I've said this before, when somebody says, oh, he's so religious about his gym routine.
Right.
He's so religious about his hygiene routine, right? Oh, he's religious about that. They use those terms. A lot of times we think religion and we think the denominations of Christianity and Islam and whatever else it is. But for something to be religious means it's something that you hold in such high regard that it basically becomes your identity.
It's heavy.
That's the easy way to understand it, right? That's not the official textbook definition of it, but that's the easy way to understand it.
It's like the Pledge of Allegiance that got ingrained in us.
Yes.
And then you get patriotism
and we're gonna talk about that when we do the day before Thanksgiving class, because we come up on Wednesday, so we get to teach right before that. So don't let me forget it. I know sometimes there's stuff going on in the world that I want to go over, but even if it's a small segment that we discuss it, I want to run it back and bring it out. And a lot of times, I'll tell you another way people are religious, and it's going to be, and I'm making light of it. I'm going to take it down a notch. People who use Androids versus iPhones. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Look at Officer Issachar. He will not for the life of him ever. And he hates iPhones. Like it's not like he's just like, yo, this is my preference. Right. Because that's one thing if it's your preference. But when you're religious about it, your preference actually requires that you dislike the other.
Right.
And you can't tolerate the other.
It's like you're restrained to it. That's the definition of religion.
Yes.
You're restrained to it.
Yes. Damn. Well, it restrains you.
Well, yeah. There you go.
From anything else, right? So the way Officer Issachar is about Android, right? And how some people are with Androids and iPhones, that's how it is. That's how it is. So read this verse again, the part about the religion.
Verse 43, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Right, so it says, yea, also many. So what he's calling democracy, what he's calling the democratic system and all this stuff, he called it their religion. And you see, they're trying to say it's the radical left. They try to say it's the radical right, right? They're a house divided, right? We know what Christ said about a house divided cannot stand, right?
Yep.
So they're even them, in something that was supposed to be unifying for the people, has become this two-party system, right? And Revelations talks about that and everything. This two-party system that keeps them divided, right? And so much so that even them of their same blood and descendancy are at each other's throats, right? That's when you read Isaiah about Egypt will be against Egypt,
19,
right? Yeah, Isaiah 19. Get that real quick. Let's read that. I didn't have it down, but we'll read it. I have some other scriptures to deal with this ICE stuff. I had more of the clips and everything, but what I'll do is I'll deal with Chicago, and then, next week's new moon. We launched a new show, and then we're not going to be on next week.
Damn.
It always happens.
Well, I'll be doing West Coast class. But the show after that, I want to go over what's happening with the U.S. military and the CIA actions in Venezuela and Colombia. All right? Man, by then, we might even be in conflict with them.
I think
we might even be right, because I'm looking at the time now, and with what I don't want to cut the Chicago stuff short because that's close to home.
Yeah.
So the way I had my segments laid out is that I was gonna deal domestic and then go broad and show you how it's still kind of tied together. Damn. And we're gonna miss a week and miss a beat, but we can just recap it and bring it back. But
You
get this real quick.
You just want the point?
Yeah, just get to the point.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Right, so this is what he's talking about. You're going to have the same people against the same people. Go ahead, come on.
And they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor.
Right, so when he says his brother and his neighbor, it is what I just said. So even though they're all Edomites, they're all American-born, allegedly, and everything like that, they're against each other because now within the religion of what's Americanism, they have two denominations. Right? I'm speaking about religion, but I'm speaking about politics. And the two denominations are Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah.
Right? The two and there's libertarians and there's independents. And those are just the same things like when somebody said, well, I want to be a Baptist or a Seventh-day Adventist or a Lutheran or something else, right?
Non-denominational.
Right. And they're trying to claim that the same thing ties them together, but it's just denominations. So the two denominations, right, or the two horns of this is Republicans and Democrats, right? Go ahead.
City against city. And kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom. Now, this is obviously a progression. We use the scriptures to show you that this is... Things generally don't just go from 0 to 100.
Right.
They may be experienced as if they went from 0 to 100. But when you really look and dissect, there's always things that you can trace back. I worked on fuel systems when I was in the military. And one of the things... It's glorified plumbing. It's going to sound nice. I cause glorified plumbers. Instead of water, it's fuel for the planes. And one of the things that they said was when the planes were in the hangar and they were downed. See, normally you plug leaks when you don't have time to down the planes, right? And we have this epoxy that you put and you plug the leaks because the way planes are built with the seams, planes are always leaking fuel if you didn't know it or not. Even the commercial ones you fly, right? But it's not like it's pouring like, it's part of the design, right? Because they have to make the panels of the plane and everything, right? And, all the vibration when they're flying, so things get loose and screws and stuff like that, right? Yeah, so, it's just part of the aerodynamics and engineering. Anyway, they're leaking fuel all the time in small amounts, especially when you're dealing with planes that are, military-grade planes and they do military type of things, whether they're combat fighters or cargo planes. When you're in the midst of keeping the planes in rotation, all you can do is plug the leaks, right? But when you get to the point where it's in the hangar, you have to find, remember, this goes back to my point of nothing ever really just kind of happens. There's things that lead up to it. You have to find the source of the leak. Because if you're just stopping it where it's leaking, that's not going to get you where it needs to be, right? Because it's not the source. All you're doing is plugging something and it's still leaking. You want to stop the leak. And you have to find, right, the point where the leak is coming from, and then that's what you fix, all right? Generally, by the time you see the thing leaking, there was a whole bunch of other things that happened before. But generally, you don't see it until the symptom of the leaking happened, right? I'll give you another example. It's like cancer, right? Cancer is one of those things that until it's stage 3 or 4, stage 1 and 2, you don't really feel symptoms.
Benign,
right? It's when it's 3 and 4, and then by then it's a lot more aggressive and harder to deal with. Now they have tests and things if you're proactive to try to find it as early as stage 1, but they're not part of routine scans and stuff like that. So likewise, a lot of the stuff that happens that you're seeing, like what we're reading in Isaiah 19, this is for something bigger and for that final day when they all turn against each other, right? And that's going to be kind of right before Christ comes. When Christ comes, they're going to unify and try to take down Christ. But you're going to see little kind of smaller things of these happening. You're going to see those civil type war, dare I say, things brewing. Brewing, right?
Hey, Deegan, that's like in Matthew 24 when he said, you shall hear wars and rumors of war. He said, be not troubled because the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. That's the buildup, and that falls under this Isaiah 19 as well. Right. That's what he's saying. It's almost saying the same exact thing, but we look at it from the perspective of, oh well, it's Russia and Ukraine. That's the same people.
Right. Yeah.
They have different cultures, but they're the same people.
Right.
They're literally the same people.
Yeah.
Ukraine used to be part of Russia.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
They're literally the same people.
Ukraine is like the rebellion that broke away.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
all it is.
they're the same people, right?
Crazy.
So that's kind of what you're seeing. Anyway, back to this Chicago thing. All right, let's go. What else do I got on Chicago? I wanted to show different stuff. I'm not gonna go too much longer. I got a few more scriptures after this, but I want to show this. What do I? Hold on. The truth of what's really happening in Chicago. Let's go to him first.
If you haven't been to Chicago or any place where ICE is picking up people, then if you support it, it's bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. And being out here on the streets of Chicago has really taught me what's going on. It's incredible that U.S. citizens are being caught up, not asked about their papers, not asking about their legitimate or legal U.S. status as an American or a citizen, and they are being taken up, rounded up into vans. This man gave me a story where he was rounded up in a budget rental truck, like you rent to move your furniture, and then detained for 8 hours without food or water in a holding cell with 60 people. It's unbelievable. And the protesters, being with those protesters, are they agitators? Yeah, I mean, they're protesting, they're upset, they're angry. But what I've noticed is that the violence comes in when the police step in, when the state troopers step in, or when ICE steps in and they try to push people and they rile up the situation instead of de-escalating the situation. That's where the violence comes in. It doesn't have to be that way, especially if you're a member of law enforcement. But if you're not out here on these streets and you're not witnessing this and you're not talking to people, then what you know about this is bullshit. And I mean that for the people who support what Donald Trump is doing, because there is no excuse for what's happening with people just being rounded up. It's unbelievable. It's not just people who are undocumented or who are migrants. It's U.S. citizens, legal U.S. citizens, people who were born here being rounded up. That's what's actually happening. This is a police state.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. You're seeing signs of police state. You know, I don't know what the end's going to be as far as Trump's concerned. You know, I know what the scriptures say as far as how these things are going to be. But you're seeing shades of their character, right? Let's get that in Deuteronomy 28:49, right? And then there's more, too, that we're going to show a few more clips. But I'm trying to mix it up with some verses so I don't go too long at this point without some scripts. Deuteronomy 28:49.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
There's still aspects of this happening with what you see, right? That fierce countenance. They don't care. They don't care if you're a citizen. They don't care if you're young or you're old. I saw a headline the other day. I just didn't want to, today, before the show, sorry. And they broke a 67-year-old's ribs that was a citizen trying to detain him.
Damn. Yep.
Like, and this is not by accident. This is like the aggressive tactics that they're pushing, right? So my point in this is to show you that fierce countenance coming against us. And listen, they're not treating the non-Latino immigrants, undocumented, the same way. They're not doing this to the Asian ones. They did a raid on a Honda factory in one of the states. And I think the Hyundai.
It was Hyundai
and
Alabama.
And the Koreans said something to them, and Trump's been holding them back from raiding them again because he's trying to get Korean investments here.
The president of South Korea said, I don't know if we're going to go back. I don't know if we're going to invest. You know, we're trying to invest into the U.S. economy, and my workers came and got ICE raided.
Yeah, and then the car makers are upset. The American owners of these companies, because they said you're taking our whole workforce.
Right.
And then so the dynamic that they didn't realize is that they need it. Same thing like they did with the Mexicans when they put all Issachar back
and then they had to try to recruit them because there was nobody to farm, like in the 1920s.
Well, and
right?
then recently too, when there's a lot of farmers up in the north, they're saying we voted for our own demise. Our businesses are going out of business. Our businesses are going out of business because all our ranchers, all our people that take care of
ranch hands.
We voted for Trump, and they don't want to come to work no more. So our businesses are going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And check this out. Check this out. So what happened, right, so that's the headline. You can read the headline.
Hyundai hoped to return skilled South Korean workers to the U.S. after the ICE raid. Trump just opened the door.
Right. So they deported like 300 over here, right? They were dealt with a lot more dignity than they've been dealing with. So when they say it's not racist, it is. And what's crazy is that don't think all the ICE agents are white. Some of them are Jake, and some of them are Southern and Northern Kingdom, and they got that same ire and hatred for their own people.
Right.
Trump today announced a deal with South Korea of how they're going to invest like $350 billion in something, or $600 billion in something else in the U.S., and it was tied to them leaving the Korean immigrants alone.
Damn.
So you tell me if it's really about just trying to get immigration out,
right?
Or is it
Because
racism?
listen, if we had our own borders, we wouldn't want these other nations coming in either, right? So that's not the issue. The issue is the hypocrisy and how they go about it,
Right.
And how they're moving. You don't just want people pouring into your borders, and you can't support the infrastructure and things like that. That's true, right? But even us, when we were Israel, we had pathways for them to become part of us, right? You got to do this. You're going to follow our laws. You're going to follow our customs and all this stuff, right? That was what the law of the stranger was really about. Not what they try to take the law of the stranger and say that means that they could be saved.
Right.
No. That was for a dispensation of time while we were dealing with that because they came out with us from the wilderness. We had to figure something out, right? And that was symbolic too why they were amongst us. But that's for another discussion. That's part of the symbolism. Nothing happened to us just by stance. It was to show us what these days would be like too. But they just announced a big deal with the Koreans. So that fierce countenance, right? That's certainly against us. They're not dealing with other people. They're not dealing with the. You don't tell me when have you seen a bunch, because there's a lot of white illegal immigrants. If anything, what did they do? They let the South African Edomites come.
Damn.
Your Ukrainians.
The Ukrainians, right?
Housing,
I think the mayor of Chicago was saying there's like 30,000 Ukrainians that came, and they're not saying anything to them. They're not doing anything to them, right? Russians, for many years, were one of the largest immigration groups, right? In Texas, of all places, and they didn't deal with them that way. So you got to see that this whole thing is like such a farce. Go ahead, keep reading. Verse 50.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Right, and this is what you see happening with these Chicago ICE raids and stuff like that. Right now, go back to the files with the Chicago stuff. What else I got? That's Chicago. I'm wondering if shower no.
Like an ICE raid video, the one that's highlighted.
That one, I think that is it. Yeah, put that one. Put that one. Watch.
What country? Was you born here? Was you born here, ma'am? What country was you born in?
This is out of control. Masked men, 2 of them, descending.
Yo, that's wild. They're coming up mad and aggressive like that.
Like covering her identity.
You can hear it in his voice.
There go Jake right there.
She going to Walmart to buy her groceries and her stuff she need for the house and the family, bro.
Right. You know how scary this is, D?
Bro,
anyone can dress up like that and play as that part.
It's happening. It's already happening.
What can you say?
Yes. You said it's already happened.
It's already happening.
People
dressing up as ICE agents.
Bro, I was thinking, I said, bro, that'd be kind of intimidating. And I thought of my wife and any brothers and sisters that have the prototypical look.
Right.
And I'm telling you, my recommendation is if you don't want to carry your whole passport around, they sell like the little passport card, like you can apply for the passport card. If I was y'all, I would start carrying that with you too, right? And like I'm talking about, if you're not white passing is what I'm saying. I could probably get by, and then my thing says veteran and all that stuff like that too. So I'll be all right.
This could happen to anybody.
Right.
100%.
But go ahead, come on.
On a woman, with no warrant, judicial or administrative, and a barrage of questions for one reason only: she looks Hispanic. This is not law enforcement. This is harassment and prejudice and discrimination dressed up as law enforcement. Not even in the most relaxed interpretation you can give of the recent Supreme Court ruling that says that ICE can detain people based on the color of their skin or their language and their location. A decision, by the way, that will go down in history as one of the most unjust and unfair decisions out of the bench. Not even in the most relaxed and loose interpretation of that can this be justified. And yet, she is targeted by Trump's private police because she's brown, because she's Hispanic, because she probably has an accent. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the result of the dehumanization process that this administration has planned and executed. Hispanic now equals undocumented, it equals unlawful, criminal, undesirable. It means targeted, wanted, hunted. And the hunter is an untrained, uneducated, masked man. But saddest of all, he's also cheered on by a segment large enough of this population that should have no place at all in a democratic society.
And are getting bonuses, sign-on bonuses.
Hey, they're getting their student debt forgiven. They're getting paid 6 figures. Bro,
I think it's like 50,000 sign-on bonus.
if I was in the world and younger, I might have.
Crazy.
Yeah,
man.
50,000 sign-on bonus,
Yeah, 50,000.
forgiveness of student debt, and a 6-figure salary.
You saw that was Jake right
Bro,
there.
The love of money.
ICE agents where it's at right now as far as a job.
There's actually on Indeed, Border Patrol.
A Border Patrol job
postings in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole bunch of immigrants, so-called, here in Phoenix, Arizona. So I know they're pushing that hard
I
over
actually
here.
worked with somebody who
Hey,
got
D,
hired at Border Patrol.
I was thinking about what you were talking about, how you got to look at the leaks, but all that is coming from a bigger source, right? And I'm thinking about the ICE raids. You brought out Deuteronomy 28. You know, in Joel chapter 2, where it talks about the Northern Army, this is that buildup to get to that point, because they may not be targeting the Israelites now, but them with the ICE raids and the military police down in Chicago is going to lead up to that.
Right.
That's
so-
what the scriptures say that.
Right. So it's interesting that you say that, because I read a comment earlier on something. So much information that flies around, and it said something, and they were comparing it to Hitler, and they were saying this is how people take power, is that everybody thinks that when these guys say things that they're joking. That's something you hear about Trump a lot. I don't know how much you guys follow the politics. The people that like defend and support him so much say that, and it could be on the other side too, that whatever it is. But what you don't realize is that these people say what they mean, right? And they do what they say. And they're saying that Hitler allegedly wrote a book outlining everything he was gonna do, and that he wound up doing, and nobody took it serious.
Damn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
They said he was a failed politician. He was this, that, and the other, and that's the same way that they're treating Trump. They're talking about the third term, and they're saying, "Oh, the Constitution doesn't allow you to do it, and whatever, and blah blah blah." I mean, he's old as hell, and whatever that means or whatever it is. All I know is that I'm just sitting back waiting, because the Lord has put so many things in front of us, like you said, building this stuff up.
He's using it for show.
It says you got to take every person, every tyrant, what they would call tyrants now, that said these things and nobody took them serious or thought it was possible. They did it, and they did it. They all did it, right? So there's this whole thing that, oh, he's just joking, he's this, he's that. Right? That was the name of the book, Mein Kampf, right?
Yep.
That's how they always.
And they said he wound up doing everything and more that he said in that book.
That's how Hitler was always portrayed in cartoons, as a
Yeah.
writer.
Yeah.
Like they always show him like writing and writing.
He was a failed politician, but he was able to rally the people.
Wow.
And they said that everybody dismissed his book, and they said whatever, and they said he did it. Now, they use him because he was like the modern scapegoat. For these things, right? Right, the most horrible person, and this and that. Right. He was the modern scapegoat for this, like in modern times. But Mussolini was with him. The Emperor of Japan, Stalin. So you had all these people that were down with him and stuff like that in their ways. But
thinking about the clip, right? And this all goes to what you said too. He said that the law, the Supreme Court, goes back to earlier, what we read in Psalms 94. I'm going to bring another verse that talks about the same thing in Isaiah, right? We're going to get Isaiah 10, and we're going to read 1 and 2. He said that this will be one of the worst decisions that will go down as the most unjust decisions that the Supreme Court brought down. And he says this is going to be looked back on, and it's going to say that it allowed them to do all these things that they're doing, right? Read that in Isaiah 10 and 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
You can target somebody just based on how they look or their accent or something like that. Go ahead, come on.
And that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
And they make it a law, right? The Supreme Court goes and says, nope, this is the interpretation of it, right? And that's the other thing for that religion. The Bible doesn't have private interpretation, but the Supreme Court is literally the branch of government that interprets what they think the so-called founders of this country, I don't even want to say fathers, but they call them founding fathers, meant when they wrote something down, right? So that means when you're not as concise as you should be, it leaves a lot to interpretation. That's what the Supreme Court does. If you didn't know, if you don't remember your classes that you took to learn government and stuff like that, the Supreme Court's job is to basically try to decipher what did these founders of the United States of America mean.
That's crazy.
By this part of the Constitution.
Damn.
Was
They
this
can
their
manipulate
intention?
that then easily.
Yes. And they use previous cases as precedent, this, that, and the other, right? Just like the recent one where Trump, right? So that's their job, right? That's their job, is to interpret, right? You look that up and they'll tell you. You want to go to GPT and say and verify it, that's what they'll tell you. And that's why they say that's one of the most powerful authorizations that a president has. Because since they serve for life, these judges, you can pick a judge that aligns more with your party's views.
It's rigged.
So that's why I took a class and like they make you look at all these cases and it's like, why do I want to know about these cases? And it's like it was so important because certain cases, the case something versus the case of I don't know Utah or state of Washington, and it was like, so you had to line it up. And
well, like Roe versus Wade, right? With the abortion one, right? So the abortion one was passed, and then they overturned it, right? Why? Because they put a conservative majority, which is great, right? I mean, you know, we know the Bible says, right, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not kill. So, of course, right, you know, we would be aligned with something like that because it benefits us, right? But it goes to show you how they can just move things around, right? Okay, read this from the top again.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right, so, and they write it, which they have prescribed when they pass these laws, all those cases that you were talking about. Go ahead, come on.
To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Remember, I said earlier about the denizens. They took away the rights from our people, right? That's what they're doing now, and that's what you're seeing happen with Northern Kingdom. The rights of our people are being taken away. They've turned aside judgment. There's no due process like they call it, right? None of those things are applicable to us. Good. IT's actually doing some work. They're showing images and things like that. That's all right.
Put them up.
I know they nervous first day, but this is basic stuff that we always do, right? And then technical stuff here, right? So it says to turn them aside. Go ahead, come on.
That widows may be their prey. And that they may rob the fatherless.
Right, because think about it, man. They're basically making these women widows. They're taking away spouses, right? Because one is legal, one's not, right? They're dealing the whole way that they're dealing with this stuff. You're seeing manifestations of this stuff now. The Bible's a true book when you see these things, right? And everything kind of repeats itself in its season and in its time. And you see all these things, right? Let's get Ecclesiastes 4 and 1.
And this happened also like in the 1970s when the ice raids were happening with the Mexicans in California and the West Coast.
Well, remember the lynchings, the gasoline baths, right?
Gasoline baths across the border.
The other chemical that they sprayed them with to delouse them when they brought them back in to farm the
kerosene.
land. Yes. They wanted to go. They were like, hey, listen, part of you coming in to work back on the farms, you had to be deloused, they said. Because allegedly, because you were Mexican, you were full of lice.
Right.
Right?
Hey, that's another class you did. They had to get taken down.
Yep.
Because that information was just too raw.
Yeah, I think that was the one where I can't remember the guy's name now for the life of me. If y'all could look it, I would love to look him up again. It was the Issachar brother that he was beating their asses, bro, at the border. Oh, I forgot his name. I spoke about him. He was like a rebel. Because we always looking for revolutionaries.
Damn, let's find him.
I can't remember his name, bro. He was an Issachar that was jacking up the Rangers and stuff that was trying to mess with the Issachars. Like he led a rebellion at the border for a long time.
That's cold.
And I'm talking about like in the 1900s, I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, right?
That show didn't last a week before they took it down.
Damn.
Wow.
Try to. But we have it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to find out. See if you could comb through it and find out the name of the guy. I wouldn't mind talking about that again. Damn. So they took it down, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
It got striked.
Wow.
Yep.
They were mad as hell that we brought that up.
Of course.
Because you went deep that day.
Yeah.
Like deep.
Yeah.
Plus deep.
No, this was a Saturday show. So we only had like an hour, but it was deep. It was a deep hour.
Yeah, I think on that one, that was the one where I spoke about the guy that they might, or they, I can't remember his name, man. You know what? I'm gonna see if GPT can remember it. Nah, you're not gonna be able to find it because he had like a nickname. I can't remember what his nickname was, but he was jacking people up. He was jacking people up. Let me get this: Ecclesiastes 4:1.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4 and verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Come on.
And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comfort.
Right. So our people are in a place right now. Remember, in Hosea it says, in their affliction, they'll seek me early, right?
Yep.
Broken and contrite spirit. I'm sorry. That's what it's saying. A broken and contrite spirit is what we need. And what you're seeing now is that our people are going through it. And it's an opportunity to show that America and the United States is not this benevolent, right? And guess what? It's not just happening here in the States. Right. That was going to be my segue to go into what's happening in Colombia and Venezuela, and everybody denouncing what's happening over there. This is what you're seeing happen in these last days. And it says, and they were oppressed and they had no comforter. So what's our job? Our job is to go and give them that comfort of the scriptures, right? Remember, Christ said, I will not leave you comfortless, right? I will come unto you. How? In us. Remember, he said, when I was sick, you came to me. When I was in prison, you visited me. That's what we're doing now. And very strong. This stuff is not just happening to Northern Kingdom randomly, right? Sisters pointed that there's neighborhoods in California that's all Ishmael and Elam, and they ain't raiding those neighborhoods. No. They're not doing that stuff, right? They're only coming for our people. That's who they meant. Yeah, there might be some other ones that get mixed up in the scrum. They are looking to get our people, right? Go ahead, come on.
And on the side of their oppressors, there was power, but they had no comforter.
But they had no comforter. Come on.
Wherefore I praise the dead, which are already dead, more than the living, which are yet alive.
Right, so he's saying because of the things that he saw, right? This was something that he realized. It kind of goes back to the one where he says in Ecclesiastes 10, I saw an error proceeded from the ruler, right? He says, folly is set in great dignity. He's saying, wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive, because the ones that he saw living in these times, he lamented for. He said the ones that are dead. Remember when the scripture says no one considers that they're taken away for the time, for the things to come, right? That's what he means here when he's saying that verse, right? I know Asher, he was like, wait a second, that sounds like a Paul. That sounds like a heavy. Look, I saw how he got. He's like he was gonna ask me after class to explain that some more.
Right? Joe got something heavy too. Hold it, you holding on to something heavy.
Yeah, go ahead, bring it out. We moving to wrap up. Go ahead, bring it up
real quick, because these same people, like going back to the sister that got pulled over at Walmart, wherever she was. These same people was probably looking for a nation that couldn't help them, right? Let's go to Lamentations. Read that, please.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Read.
And our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Because we have plenty of stories of people voting, vote for Trump, vote for Trump.
Donald
and those
Trump.
same people are getting detained today. But look at what's going to come up next. This is actual prophecy before our eyes in the Bible. Read.
They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt
The
our
sister
steps.
just barely got out the car. She just barely got out the car. They hunt our steps and what?
That we cannot go in our streets.
And this right here happened right before our eyes. That's in the Bible. She barely got her car. They hunted her down in these same streets that she thought she could feel comfortable in.
Our
Read.
neighborhoods.
Our end is near.
Our end is near.
Our days are fulfilled.
Hey, these days, it's got to come because Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, Israel got to feel like, going back to Hosea, the affliction is going to make us seek him early. This have to happen to us. We thought it was just going to happen to the Northern Kingdom, right?
Right.
Oh, we had even Judah saying, oh, yeah, get Northern Kingdom, get the Mexicans, whatever. Not. Now it's happening to us at the same time, and it's only happening to our nation of people. But that prophecy right there, hunting our steps where we cannot go in our own streets, is right there in the Bible.
Yeah, somebody said Pancho Villa. No, it wasn't Pancho Villa because it was more like guerrilla war. Pancho Villa was like a general, I think. Like he actually led the Mexican army. This was somebody else. The only way I'm gonna remember is if I go back to the show. I think that he had a wild nickname that they gave him because of the way he was giving them hell. I can't remember his name.
It's not the guy from Las Cruces, is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. It wasn't Pancho Villa. Pancho Villa's too famous. That would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't Pancho Villa. I can't remember. No, not it. Hey, all praises. I'm gonna cut it there, right? I didn't want to go 2++. I know we started late because of technical difficulties. I mean, how us and our IT team that we would prepare for 2 months and still
Right. You know what? Gold is tried in the furnace of adversity.
you can't get a break, like
Yeah.
I know. We were talking about the past and the reset, but I guess IT didn't reset.
What Bishop say?
No, I thought it might have been him, but no, it's not. It's not him. 10 more minutes, please. No, we all got drives home and stuff like that. We'll give you 2 more hours next show that we're on.
Right.
Anyway, we're gonna work on the camera angles in here so you guys can see the wider angles in the room a little better.
See the logo more.
I think we need the tripods a little higher so you're not just seeing the back of chairs, and then that wide shot will be a wide high shot. Well, I said that would be the case because I know you wanted to mount them high, but it's good that we didn't mount them because we want to move them around a little bit. Yeah, don't get me the side shot where my shirt looks like I have a belly. I don't. All right.
And Asher's feet hanging off the chair. Thinking
that he's taller than me. Right. We'll go over the checklist of what we need to fix after. But yeah, we want to be able to move the shot. Did you guys only kept it on our faces, huh? You didn't show any more wide shots?
No.
Yeah.
I told him. I said, look, switch it.
Yeah, you guys are supposed to switch it around. We try to give you different views and shots and stuff like that. These guys just kept it on our faces. Like, there's so much for the reset, huh?
Hey.
We should have just left Benson in the booth. He would have been holding it down in there for us.
I'm going back.
I know.
Week,
see, he taking it like a leader.
Yeah.
He not trying to defend it. He knows that if he was in there, it probably wouldn't have happened that way.
I'm going back.
Look at him. He pissed.
I'm going back to my bell. I missed my bell anyway.
I know. We made him come out here. He wasn't ready. His hair wasn't combed right. His beard wasn't combed right.
He's not busy right now.
Looking like Django Unchained. Looking like Django Unchained before he got the suit and got dressed up.
Damn.
You know?
That's Jack.
Damn.
He right though.
Yeah. Look, his eyes is tired. He been putting in work, man. You know what?
He has.
Yeah. Y'all crapped on the broadcast, but all your work leading up to it, I'll give you props for. All right.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Oh, look, now he puts that shot back. Now he wants to fix it. Right. Now he wants to try to do it now.
Dope shot.
Man.
Grand finale.
Take him to the back and give him some lumps. Anyway, go ahead. Let's finish up as we close out.
All right. So we are seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions in regards to IT. As you know, we've obviously had some technical difficulties because we just started this, but we're going to get better. We're going to get the camera angles. We're going to keep moving. All right, go ahead. Next one. Deke.
Oh, Hey, definitely. Listen, do not forget to support the Booster Club. You can text to give or scan that QR code. We have so many big missions coming up. You know, a lot of times we don't like to pre-announce them because people try to sabotage things that we're doing and stuff like that. But you're going to see that there was a big one that is ongoing right now, all right? And you're going to see some stuff happening with that one. And we need your funds to support these things, which we're continuing to try to do big things. Remember in Matthew 9, let's get that Matthew 9:36. I spoke about this on my Sabbath class. I spoke about it in a new class, all right? It's not just those of us who go out and teach, right? All of us should be moved the way Christ was moved here. Read this.
The book of Matthew, chapter 9 and verse 36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion.
You need to look out at the multitudes of your people. We just read Ecclesiastes 4:1, and how Solomon was moved here. Go ahead, come on.
Because they fainted and were scattered abroad, as sheep having no shepherd.
Right. So in Ecclesiastes, he said they had no comforter, as sheep having no shepherd. He had compassion upon them because he saw that. Go ahead, come on.
Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
Come on.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
Right. And the only way that we can do that, we have the men willing, able, and capable. We need the resources, right? We need the community of all things common to help that out. Support that Booster Club.
That's right. That's right. Let's go to the next one. And remember, this is giving back too. All right. Let's bring back royalty. We've got the God Made shirts. We got the daughters of the DOA, right? Or the
DOS.
DOS, thank you. Daughters of Sarah outline or clothesline. Right. Yeah. All right, we got the crown shirt, we got the roots, we got all that. All right. So make sure y'all support the original royalty. We also got the tribe shirts as well. We gotta put the other one as well, the tribe shirts, because that's more update. All right. Let's go to the next one. And then remember, follow us on Instagram. We got TikTok, we got YouTube. As y'all know, we posting on there. We making it aware of what has been posted in the classes, small little clips, so you can check us out. Make sure you guys share that. We're trying to rise our numbers because the more that we have, the more that we reach the masses of our people, and that's our goal. That's what we need to do. Oh, and on Instagram, you saw Drewski, which is a comedian. Yeah. He made a skit about the Israelites, but that's fine. Because that right there is going to give us access for our people to know that we are alive, that we are here, and that we're making a change. So y'all go up there and you post the website, israelunite.org. All right? Next one.
Real quick, too, Officer Asher. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing to YouTube. We are over 31K, so help us get to that 35K. So y'all make sure you share.
Hey, and the Insta, man, it's been doing pretty good. I see a lot of more engagement. Make sure that you subscribe and like and share the Insta. Get more subscribers there. I'm going to keep looking for it for people. It might be Catarino Garza.
Oh,
yes.
And let's get some flames. If y'all enjoyed tonight's topic, we had the deacon back again. We brought out some updated stuff. We brought some stuff from Chicago. Listen, we've been bringing out some good stuff, and we got a lot more in store. All right, drop some flames if you enjoyed the topic tonight.
Right, flames for the topic and the new setup. Let us know what you
think.
And
the new setup. That's right. That's right.
Oh, the Northern Kingdom was throwing out names. They wanted me to.
Yeah.
It might have been him.
I think it was the Garza guy. Yeah.
It might have been him.
I gotta find all that stuff in the chat. It's from like 3 years.
What's his name?
Catarino Erasmo Garza. Fondue. Oh, that's right, sis. I gotta tell my fondue story again another time. You know, I've never been back since that one time that I went with your Lord. Anyway, y'all, that's the show for tonight, all right? Lord's will, y'all like the new setup. IT's going to do better, all right? Pray. The IT work is great, but the laborers aren't adequate. Therefore, pray for the adequacy of the IT team. Dang. All right?
Damn it.
With that, we say shalom, fam. Most High Christ bless y'all.
Shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Bro, that logo.
This for the Southern Kingdom, Kwame Yasharallah. Hey.
one nation, one nation.
This for the Northern Kingdom, Viva la raza.
We one nation, one nation.
This for the Southern Kingdom, Kwame Yasharala.
Hey, one nation, one nation.
This for the Northern Kingdom, Viva la raza.
We one nation, one nation.
It wouldn't be Israel without Mexicans. Black love, brown pride, cause we next to kin. We ain't gotta tell Esau to let's be friends, cause we above all nations and we better than them. We the salt of the earth, ayy, ayy. And we been king since birth, ayy, ayy. We put the kingdom first, ayy, ayy. And they gon' get this work, ayy, ayy. We was chosen, not cause we the most of the people. Few in numbers, but we over the people. We gods of this earth, we ain't supposed to be equal. Stop playing, you emotional people. The good gotta triumph over the evil. So my foot's on the throat of the eagle. Their tongues will confess that we the people. Cause my nation ain't never